Good evening and welcome to 549's media coverage of Perham Yellowjacket activities. We thank you for tuning in to tonight's event. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by these fine sponsors: KLN Family Brands, Perham Health, and United Community Bank. Tonight's game is also brought to you by EOT Insurance, Hammers Construction, Horace Mann, Jack Jivers Realty, and Lake Stace Hardware. Also proud sponsors of tonight's broadcast include New Horizons Realty, Ottertail Power Company, Nice Family Sales, Hanson Plumbing Heating, and McCall Construction. Now let's head to the press box for tonight's broadcast here on the 549 Media Network. And good afternoon and welcome in to Krueger Field at Tuffy Stadium. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock and Jesse Hine as we have Yellow Jacket Baseball here live for you on the 549 Media Network. We thank you for tuning in to today's game. It's the Yellow Jackets with a record of 2-0 overall with wins over De La Salle and Minnehaha Academy, taking on Hawley with a record of 1-0 and a victory over Breckenridge. And Lance, great day to be outside here up top Krueger Field.
Yeah, it's amazing, Jason, walking up here down below with the blockage of the stadium. It wasn't so bad, and then I got up here to press row where you set us up, and the wind just is, it's going to cause a factor today because once the ball gets above this stadium, Jason, it's going to carry because it's whipping through here. I would guess 20 to 30 miles an hour, so might be a little tricky for a first time outside, I think, for Hawley. Some live outside of the gymnasium. So early games are always interesting in the first place. Now you put the dynamic of this wind as we're watching the flag fly here today. It could make for some interesting plays for both teams.
And Jesse, today it's going to be an exciting pitching matchup. Brody Headley getting the start for Hawley against Drew Ellingson for the Yellow Jackets, and Ellingson has been clocked over 90 miles an hour on the hill, and he's one of the guns for the Yellow Jackets this year.
Yeah, for sure. Drew got some great action late in the season last year for the Yellow Jackets and pitched some quality innings, and he's really worked hard this offseason on building up his velocity and just doing a lot of things to help his team out. So it'll be fun to see this battery take place today.
Well, we thank you for tuning in. We'll take a quick timeout, come back. We'll have the starting lineups and more, all live here on the 549 Media Network.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
I'm Jen Hendrickson with United Community Bank.
Jacket Pride isn't something we take lightly. We support the teachers and support staff that help teach our children every day. We support local Perm athletes with our Battle of the Bees sponsorship nights. And every year we award 4 scholarships to Perm seniors. Yellow Jackets are my team, and United Community Bank is my bank.
We take pride in what we send out. When you open a bag of licorice, you want that licorice to look good, you want that licorice to taste good. We work for you. We take pride in what we're making and what we are offering. It is so important to me. I do thank KLM from the bottom of my heart. They believe you and your family is important.
Welcome back into Krueger Field here in Perham, Minnesota. I'm Jason Groth, Lance Rock, Jesse Hine, bringing you Heart of Lakes Conference action. Here it's the home opener for the Yellow Jackets, and this is how the Hawley Nuggets will start, leading off the shortstop, Carter Emgill. Batting second, the pitcher, Brody Headley. Batting third, the catcher, Tommy Sleddy. Batting fourth, the third baseman, Owen Becker. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Dylan Hoekstra. Batting seventh, actually sixth, is the center fielder, Wyatt Jetvig. Batting 7th at second, Eli Strasswell. Batting 8th in left field is Peyton Hines, and in right field is Anderson Brager, head coach Bo Lofgren. Yellow Jackets will start like this at shortstop, Alex Bloom. In center field will be Gavin Griffin. Behind the plate is Ty Rooney. At first base is Ashton Detloff. On the bump and designated hitter is Drew Ellingson. Then it will be Braden Anderson at third base. In left field, Carson Zeise. In right field, Seth Urbach. And at second base, Liam Schumacher. Head coach of the Yellow Jackets is James Mulkey. Ellingson comes into today with a 1.16 ERA with a 1-0 mark. He's allowed 1 run on 3 hits, has struck out 8 so far.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting, just getting to see the Yellow Jackets live for the first time, fellas. I think it's always good to be at home. This one was supposed to be away. Field conditions always an issue when it comes to spring activities and sometimes late fall activities in Minnesota. But you've learned to make the best of it. The Yellow Jackets kind of proactive, heading down to the cities, getting a couple games in, so they're a little more battle tested than the Nuggets right now. But again, I think anytime you're in this condition, you throw everything out the window, as it sounds like we're doing right now. But you throw everything out the window and you just hope that you play a clean game.
We're going to just get straight to ball today. No anthem, so we'll be ready to go between the Nuggets and the Yellow Jackets. We thank you for tuning in. We're doing a select few broadcasts here on the 549 Media Network. We're trying something new out today. We got this fancy new gadget that's helping us bring different angles in today. We thank you for tuning in. Hopefully this works throughout the day and throughout the season. We hope to have some more Yellow Jacket baseball as well as some softball games from beautiful Arvik Park. They're kicking off their new season tonight, taking on Hawley at home as well under new head coach Kevin Felt.
Yeah, and spring sports are going. You can hear the track meet. You might catch a little bit of that in the background, and that's great. This is what being a high school athlete's all about. And really, when you think about it, middle of April, we could be 2 feet under snow yet, and there's been times in my career, and I'm sure your guys' career, you've dealt with that. It's kind of a blessing to see some green grass coming through here in the Yellow Jackets. I think have a dual ace pitching staff right here, and maybe we'll see both of them tonight, but starting out with Drew Ellingson, and one thing I know is weather conditions or not, he's going to throw the fastball.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be fun to see Drew go to work here, especially like you talked about at home. You get on your home mound where you feel comfortable, and hopefully he can get it dialed in early.
Yellow Jackets across the diamond. Ellingson on the mound, Rooney behind the plate, Detloff at first, Schumacher at second, Bloom at short, Anderson at third, left field, Carson Zeise, Gavin Griffin in center field, Seth Urbach in right field.
Yeah, it's kind of a tried and true tested infield, Jason, and veteran play, and I think that's what the Yellow Jackets are looking for in here is get an early start, play well, and then just build off of that and build your bench play so you're heading into section time.
We thank you for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying today's broadcast as we get ready to go. First pitch at home here will be Drew Ellingson against Carter Ambule. And Ellingson rocks and fires, misses high and outside for ball 1. First pitch set at 3:57 p.m., just a little early, but we're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, one of the things I think you'll see in Hawley is they'll be a disciplined team, Jason. They've come in every year and battled in a very good Yellow Jackets team in the last few years.
Ellingson works quick. He fires. That pitch swung on and fouled into the glove of Ty Rooney, and it's now 1-2. As Ellingson rocks and delivers, goes off speed, hangs that one up stairs for a ball. And it's 2-2, trying to pick up that outside part of the plate there on that 1-2 offering. The 2-2 on its way, swung on and waved at for strike 3.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I think you see early on in the season. Jesse, you can say what you think too, but you dabble with that off speed, but when a push comes to shove, you go to what you're most confident with.
Absolutely, and I know Coach Mulkey, he preaches strikes, especially early. Let your defense work, and Hawley hitters showing pretty good discipline there, leaving the high stuff up, but good to get out number 1.
Hadley steps in, takes off speed for a strike, working ahead.
You wonder early on, I was wondering if you'd see a team try to lay down a bunt, try to put some pressure on the infield, but it looks like they're swinging away to start this game.
working quick on that outside corner. Ellingson 0-2. Looking at the Yellow Jacket defense, they're playing awfully shallow, especially with the strong wind blowing straight out to left field. Ellingson delivers fastball just off the plate. He wanted it. A nice pitch, but from our angle, you have to go with the umpire's call on that one, just missing outside and high.
Yeah, and you talked about that infield, a lot of speed out there, Jason, so you're going to be able to make up a lot of ground as needed.
And a quick strikeout there, looking for the second out of the inning. Nice work by Drew Ellingson. He's retired the first two. That will bring up the catcher, Tuffy Stadium. You know, on a day like today, you don't want to get jammed because it's going to sting.
Yeah, you see a lot of batting gloves maybe later on in the season. Some people go back to the just hands, but right now everybody bundled up, even some face masks out in the field. So it's just one of those early spring days.
It's interesting watching Ellingson pitch. He's starting off speed. Now he goes back to the high fastball, misses, and it's now 2-0.
That first breaking pitch was a good waste from him. Keeping it down the zone, it was a good way to start it.
Comes back but misses there. I was going to say, Jesse touched on, he's kind of pitching backwards a little bit, setting up that fastball with his off speed.
Yep, and at this point, I think Coach Mulcahy would say, hey, just keep pounding, let your defense work. Let's get back to the dugout and hit.
Go ahead. No, I was going to say one of the things is he's working really quick. I mean, and if you're Hawley, I'm expecting them to step out. We saw a fake bunt. Try to get him off schedule a little bit here. He's just catching and throwing.
Sleddy draws the walk. I'll bring up Owen Becker. Two away for Becker, the third baseman. Steps in. Ellingson from the stretch. Catches the corner outs on that one with the off speed.
Didn't look like they were interested in testing Rooney's arm here, but a fair lead at first.
Quickly ahead, Ellingson 0-2.
Yeah, when he can get that bender over, it's really tough because you gotta sit on that fastball. But he's been doing a good job getting that located, and there it is.
Strikes out the side, does Ellingson. The Nuggets strand one, and after half inning, we're scoreless from Krueger Field, and we'll be back on the 549 Media Network.
McCall Construction is the Lakes area full-service construction management company, offering a truly personalized experience. From dream homes to commercial spaces, McCall Construction focuses on putting you first with experienced value engineering that delivers on your vision and surpasses your expectations. Whether you already have a plan or you're just getting started, give them a call. McCall Construction will make the entire process so much easier. Call them at 218-346-7070 or check them out on Facebook.
Hey, it's Tucker again. Did you know? EOT Insurance Agency.
Welcome back. Top of the first, or bottom of the first, excuse me. After Ellingson retired three of the four batters he faced, it will be Alex Bloom, Gavin Griffin, and Ty Rooney. Alex Bloom hitting .250 to lead things off, followed by Gavin Griffin hitting .714, and then Ty Rooney still perfect on the season at 5 for 5.
I think that's one of the early things I've taken from following the Jackets is they're feeling pretty comfortable 1 through 4. They're waiting to find consistency from 5 through 9, and if the Yellow Jackets can find that, they're going to be really tough to beat in my book.
Absolutely. I know that was kind of the case last year where they won a lot of close games. I know Coach Mulcahy and the staff have really dug in on just how can we get runners on, how can we get more runs and take some pressure off our pitching.
Well, right away, I think the top of the order, finding a way to make the pitchers work, throw some pitches, and then, make some havoc on the bases. This Yellow Jacket team in 2 games, 9 stolen bases. That puts a lot of pressure on, but we know in the past that we saw last year, Lance, Tommy Sleddy behind the plate's got a good arm and does a nice job.
Well, absolutely, and you're going to see a well-balanced team. I don't know the Yellow Jackets are going to have to get on base early and then find that key hit in 5 through 6. Carson Zeise kind of led that, a little bit of that banter as we went through. He did a nice job in their last game.
Alex Bloom steps in. 2 hits on the year, hitting .250 to face Brody Headley. First time at home for the Yellow Jackets as they sit at 2-0 overall. First pitch upstairs for ball.
Pretty consistent call by the umpire today that you're not going to get that high pitch, which sometimes early you want to get that nibble on the top of that zone.
And now Bloom chases that one low. Evens the count at 1-1. Trying to figure out the umpire zone, establish as well on a cold, chilly day with the wind blowing out. That one swung on and fouled down the third baseline.
Well, everybody talks about early season for the players. It's also early season for these umpires. They're not traveling around. This might be game 1 for them. We don't know, and to find their own zone sometimes is a question mark.
On a day like today, usually you're expecting to swing anyway.
Exactly. I think that would be my suggestion if I was managing in the dugout.
Pitch the 1-2 offering, swung on and waved at, and Hadley picks up his first strike total of the day. Which will now bring up Gavin Griffin. Again, hitting .714, 5 hits. He's 3 triples and 3 RBIs to lead the Yellow Jacket attack. Him and Rooney have been kind of setting the table for the Yellow Jackets. That pitch swung on and waved at there by Griffin.
Couple nice off-speed pitches here by the Hawley pitcher, just kind of keeping the hitters honest. And, these first 2 for the Jackets are going to get their money's worth up there.
Another off-speed. That one just misses. Evens the count at 1. Like what Hadley's doing so far as well for Hawley, countering Ellingson on the hill. And the 1-1 offering off speed, and that hits Griffin.
Yeah, and there's any way you can get on right now. I think as we get to this first time through the order, you take it any way you can. Walk, you probably don't want to get hit, especially the way he's been swinging the bat. Ultimately, he's been super confident. But again, it puts the Yellow Jackets in good position. Speed on first.
Ty Rooney steps in, 5 RBIs and 5 hits on here, and runner takes off on the first pitch. It's a strike, and getting the stolen base there is Griffin. As Griffin swipes the base, continues the Yellow Jackets' aggressiveness on the base pass and puts him in scoring position for Ty Rooney, who has 5 RBIs already on the year.
Well, and again, you talked about catching from Hawley. That was on. If you could get it, it would have been a close play.
Strike 2 there, high and outside. But Hadley will take that one. Misses upstairs for a ball. Makes it 1-2. The Yellow Jackets threatening here in the first with Griffin in a big lead at second. The off speed gets by Sledding. That puts Griffin into third.
Yeah, and again, those are the bases you can't give up if you're the Nuggets. I think you would look at the Yellow Jackets being the favorite in this doubleheader. You just can't give up free runs or free base paths, and that's just exactly what you're doing right there.
Hadley sets, takes a look at third. Long pause, comes to Rooney, misses outside and high. So Rooney's done a nice job working the count back to full.
And you can see how confident the Hawley was pitching in the first when there was nobody on. Now the pressure mounts a little bit here, and we're missing a little high and wide, and that's just that early season struggles with not dealing it out of the stretch very much.
That's fouled back and out of play off the bat of Rooney. Right into the new construction that's going to be taking place behind us. And thing, Hawley's willing to give up the run right now on the right side, so anything on the ground to the right side will score a run, as they're back on first and second. And charging up at short on the pitch. Off speed high, and Rooney works the walk. A nice at bat there for Ty Rooney. That brings up Ashton Detloff, who's hitting .286 with 3 runs scored, or 3 runs driven in this year.
Well, and this sets up the Yellow Jackets. There's a lot of things Coach Mulcahy's done in the past, delayed stealing, taking off early, trying to get that run in. I think they'll play this probably straight up and just send him.
First pitch, Rooney goes. Detloff with the hit and run. He fouls that one up and out of play to the left side. Aggressive there. As Rooney going on first pitch with the hit and run. And that's fouled back and out of play. Wind seems to be picking up a little bit up here, fellas.
No doubt.
You know, a good warm cup of coffee would have been great about now, but again, I was not prepared. Here's a
Now they got to play at the plate, but it's fumbled. Run will score. They get the run at first, so fielder's choice. Run will score. Detloff gets the RBI, and the Yellow Jackets take an early lead.
Yeah, a tough play to start with when you fumble that. Great heads-up play to actually get an out there. Leads to 2 outs here for the Yellow Jackets, but a heady play because that could have went awry if you all of a sudden throw it down the baseline.
Yeah, it can turn into a snowball fight, especially early when you're not used to the communication and, you know, haven't been on the field that long this spring with the weather we've had lately. But good job getting it out. Good job by the Yellow Jackets getting a run across.
That brings up Drew Ellingson. Looking for his first hit this year, the pitcher designated hitter. The Yellow Jackets also appear to have made a base running change.
Using the courtesy runner, I think, for the catcher. Ty Rooney out. I didn't see, I think, number 11, but I'm not quite sure. I thought it was number 11.
Is it Harry Poole?
That is Logan Pouliou.
Oh, Logan.
He'll be at second now running for Rooney. Allison steps in. Hadley delivers. Misses upstairs. Full ball.
Again, you can see Hawley doing some work behind him there, trying to sneak in from second base.
The 1-0 is in there for a strike. Hadley fires right back, evens it up at 1-1.
Easier said than done, but big gap on the right-hand side. If you can somehow sneak that ball through, I don't think it's going to take a sharp grounder to maybe even score that run.
That ball lifted to left field. Highness backs up and makes the catch to retire the side. The Yellow Jackets strike first. They get a run on no hits. There were no errors and one runner left on base. And after one complete, the Yellow Jackets lead 1-0.
It's not necessary to build your business in Perham, Minnesota to be successful. But it sure does help. Hammers Construction, your vision, our team.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Well, welcome back. Again, we apologize. Liam Pouliou was running for Ty Rooney, giving a shout out to Logan, who's a former Yellow Jacket, now member of the Bluffton Braves.
Well, we probably was okay to give the shout out. We might be in trouble with the Minnesota State High School League if I don't know how much eligibility he had left. But again, nice job by Hawley getting out of a situation, and that's what we talked about early, Jason. I think Coach Mulcahy is looking, can we make bigger innings than ones? And that's where you're going to need those kind of not the middle to the bottom half of that lineup to really come through to make those crooked numbers on the scoreboard.
Due up for Hawley is first baseman Dylan Hoekstra, Wyatt Jetvig, and Eli Straswell coming up for the Nuggets in their half of the second inning. As Ellingson works quickly ahead, gets ahead, strike one.
You know what I found out, Jason? This fancy new tool you got us doesn't work very well if the guy behind it doesn't push a button. So I apologize. We're working on this as we go. We'll get better as we go as well.
nice mix there by Ellingson, mixing in a slider, and definitely had the Hawley hitter fooled.
It's only one button there, Lance, but we'll get it. As the pitch comes, the 0-2.
Ooh.
Definitely had him fooled on that one, just up for a ball. It's now 1-2. We thank you for tuning in. Thank all our sponsors throughout the year and helping these broadcasts possible on the 549 Media Network. As the 1-2 on its way, strike three. No, it's missed just outside for a ball. A nice pitch there. Ellingson working quickly. Wanted that corner, but it wasn't there.
And I don't think you were the only one thinking it was strike three. I think Ellingson thought he had both of them.
That's his fourth strikeout right there. As that will now bring up Wyatt Jedvig, the center fielder. Ellingson's allowed one base runner, a walk in the first. Otherwise, he's struck everyone out so far.
I'm really surprised Hawley hasn't backed out of the box. He's really working quickly. Just try to get him off his rhythm a little bit.
Off speed. That one's outside and low. One of the things, as I was saying, last batter, Ellingson did a good job. Strike one. He's been doing that for most of this game, getting strike one, but that one just misses. Rooney trying to frame that one, was sent up outside a little bit.
2-0 count, I'd imagine almost now. Hawley's probably sitting on trying to get a strike.
And misses outside and high. Did Ellingson. It's now 3-0.
Again, I think maybe that curveball, and Jesse, we can talk about this as we get going. Throwing it into the wind, sometimes your curve breaks even better than it does when it's just a calm day.
Yeah, you might be throwing it too hard. Not necessarily hard, but with too much spin into this wind, but adjustments will be made.
Gets the call upstairs that time. As we just said, he hasn't been calling that upstairs, so again, a little bit of redemption there for Ellingson.
And he misses there, and Jedvig works to walk for the second base runner of the game for Hawley, both on walks. Now batting will be the second baseman, Eli Straswell. Very excited fan over there. Just getting ready, kind of shocked me. As Ellingson works from the stretch. Throw over to first, not in time.
Even the fans are on early season. They're getting fired up too, and it's great to be outside. Nothing like the spring and fall sports to get yourself out of the gym a little bit.
Ellingson misses that one low. And now he's fallen behind the last two batters he's faced. Good crowd starting to come in. We thank you for tuning in as that one's in there for a strike.
See if Hawley decides to do any running here just to get a runner in the scoring position with a couple outs.
Well, even just a bunt and run. Try to put some pressure on this defense, which hasn't had to field much yet.
Tomahawk swing at that one's found straight back. And you know, as you watch our team down in Minnesota and Minneapolis, you put pressure on the defense, good things usually happen for the opposition in that case. As Ellingson sets 1-2 the count.
No comment.
And he delivers. That one's in there, strike three call. Nice pitch by Ellingson for his sixth or fifth strikeout of the game. Now we'll bring up Peyton Hines, still that fielder. Ellingson rocks and fires. Nice job by Rooney to get his body in front of that one.
One thing about Ty, you know, he's going to work back there all game long, and it's just good to see him getting his shot this year and making his time worth it.
As Ellingson delivers that pitch upstairs for a ball. Strong family bloodlines with Ty Rooney, his brother pitching at the University of Minnesota, and an older sister competing at track at Minnesota State University, Mankato. That ball misses outside, and quickly now 3-0 with a number 9 batter, Anderson Brager, on deck.
And some of this is good. You want to see if you're Coach Mulcahy, how is Ellingson going to battle here? Because everything's not going to go 1, 2, 3 strikes and you're back in the dugout. How are you going to battle back out of this now? What's your mindset? And he comes back with a strike.
3-1, now 3-2, another fastball catching the inside corner. It seems like that inside part of the plate is there all day with this home plate umpire.
Yeah, he definitely leans that way.
That one's fouled straight back. And out of play, right back at us.
Look alive.
The new netting has been ordered. I've seen it. It's going to be installed, and it's going to go all the way across the grandstand here, and looking forward to when that gets put in place. The 3-2, runners going on the pitch. That ball's low for a ball, and working the walk there is Peyton Hines. And now first and second for the Nuggets with 2 away.
Getting a little conference at the mound, kind of showing you Ty Rooney. You talked about that bloodline, knowing just when, hey, let's just go out, settle my pitcher down a little bit. There's 2 outs, no damage done yet. And I would guess that all it's going to take is that little bit of a time, a little bit of talk, and you'll see Drew come here and battle.
Score update across the way. In the first, Yellow Jackets trail Hawley 9-0 in softball action. Runners at first and second. That pitch outside corner for a strike.
I was just glad the camera angle couldn't come back at us because none of the 3 of us moved when that foul ball was coming this way. So it would have been who was saving who, I think, if it would have snuck through.
That pitch just misses outside and high. 1-1 is the count to the number 9 batter, Anderson Brager. Ellingson rocks and fires. That one's in there. Just at the knees, paints the corner. 1-2.
You know, that's another Ty Rooney set up right there. He hit it nicely. Good frame by Rooney.
That one just misses outside. Ellingson really wanted that one. That's one of those things you have to learn as a pitcher, too. One hop is okay. 2 or 3, you're going to get – the umpire's not going to be too happy. The 2-2. Swung on, fouled. Down to the right side and out of play. We'll do it again. Two and 2 the count.
Again, behind on the pitch, but the first solid contact I've really heard so far tonight off Ellingson.
Strike 3 called. Oops, sorry.
No, you're good.
Jesse, strike 3 called. Once again, Ellingson strikes out the side. And after an inning and a half, the Yellow Jackets lead 1-0 on 549 Media Network.
Energy-efficient technologies have the power to connect us all, so we can save more than ever before. Evolve. And make choices that are smart. For you. For them. And for all of us. Because with energy-efficient technologies, we can connect to a better, smarter home.
At New Horizons Realty, we're on your team. For over 25 years, we've been helping families and businesses find the perfect place to call home here in the Lakes area. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or just dreaming, we've got the experience and local knowledge to guide you through every step of your real estate journey. As proud supporters of the Perham Yellowjackets, we believe in building strong teams on the mat, court, or field, and in the community. Check out our current listings at perhamrealestate.com or give us a call today at 218-346-7767.
Well, we head to the bottom of the second. Yellow Jackets lead this one by a score of 1-0. Story of the game so far, Drew Ellingson, 6 strikeouts, but he's worked into some trouble with the walks. Well, it's been a good start so far for the Yellow Jackets. Now that will bring up Braden Anderson, Carson Zeise, Seth Urbach. 6-7-8 for the Yellow Jackets. Anderson steps in, hitting 143 on the year to face Hadley, who goes to work for his second inning of work. That one's off the right side. Ground ball to first through the legs of the first baseman, and Anderson will reach on an error.
That's why you always run it out. You never know.
Yeah, it puts some pressure on the defense, and again, it's that attacking versus sitting back. I think Hawley sat back a little bit, waiting for something to happen. It didn't happen. Good job by Anderson to run that thing out and steal a base.
Those ones usually lead to crooked numbers, and now coming up will be the left-hand hitting Carson Zeise, hitting .333 on the year with 2 hits. Hadley now working with the runner in first. Anderson a short lead. Zeise shows bunt that's popped towards the Yellow Jacket dugout, and he falls behind in the count.
And again, I like this with what Mulcahy's doing, little bunt and run action there. You get the defense in motion, also try to steal a base. It's possible you could go from first to third if you played that extremely right. So nice job of the Yellow Jackets continuing to attack.
Third base awfully up, still charging. Hawley delivers. Now the swing away. Line drive, base hit to right field. That's down for a hit. Anderson takes a big turn. He will head to third. And the Yellow Jackets have runners at the corners with nobody out. The ball gets away, but backing up there was Handley and the third baseman. So the first hit of the game goes to Carson Zeise. And the Yellow Jackets have runners at first and third.
And exactly what Coach Mulkey, I'm sure, is looking for is to put that pressure on. And Zeise held on to that bunt long enough that third baseman, I think, was almost knows what gum he was chewing. And then he pulled it back and slapped it into the outfield. So nice job, Carson Zeise.
Brings up Seth Urbach, hitting 200 on the year. Runner takes off on the first pitch. It's in there for a strike throw back to the mound. They'll give up the stolen base. So stolen base for Zeise, has runners at second and third.
Nice job, Yellow Jackets, putting the pressure on here. Hopefully they can get a couple across.
Hardly delivers. Urbach lifts that one to left field. Highness is camped. Runner will take off from third and now go back as he was held as Highness got that ball in quickly. Not wanting to take a chance for the Yellow Jackets there. And the first out is Urbach, and that'll turn it over for the second baseman, Liam Schumacher.
And now you wonder, when you get deeper into this game, being in the where we're at, Jason, are they going to draw the infield in, try to cut off any of these runners? But it looks like corners might come up and play back in the middle.
That pitch misses for a ball. Hardly from the stretch delivers upstairs, and it's now 2-0 to the number 9 batter, Liam Schumacher. Looking for his first hit and trying to get on base to turn it over for the top side for the Yellow Jackets.
Really looks like the Nuggets are going to give up a run and take the out, which is probably the smart play if they can. Again, either that or you don't give them a strike. Now you load the bases, and now you've set up that double play everywhere on the field.
Coaching Liam last year on the JV team, he definitely had a patient eye at the plate here, and he's showing that right now.
And that one's in there for a strike. And the save was going to go with the intentional walk. And you can just put them on and save 4 pitches with the pitch count era now. 3-1 now. Hadley gets a strike. Takes a long look at third and delivers. Upstairs, ball 4, and the bases are full of Yellow Jackets. And that brings up Alex Bloom. Struck out his first time up.
Well, and I kind of thought about filling the bases, but then you see Alex Bloom up, and I think you're just playing with fire, and we'll see what happens here.
That swung on and fouled back towards the Yellow Jacket dugout. Strike 1 for Headley.
Just a little bit ahead. You know, I've listened to Coach Mulkey, Coach My Boys, and all the way through hands back. You know, he'll make that adjustment right here.
Hadley the 0-1. That misses upstairs for a ball. Big lead there for Zeise at second. No, you don't want to throw the ball away and throw it around, but you have a chance for a back pick possibility there too, if you're Hawley. The 1-1 is in there for a strike. Bell tie at the corner. Makes it 1-2 in favor of Handley.
And I'd say his best pitch so far has been that off-speed pitch. It must have a little bite to it into this wind. Catches the Yellow Jackets off guard.
Now switches to the full, does Hadley. And he fires, and that's upstairs for a ball, now 2-2.
It's always interesting to me when you get to a pitcher who has better command over their breaking or off-speed stuff. It seems like he's struggling to find his fastball, but has found the off-speed stuff.
The 2-2 drills him. And Alex Bloom gets an RBI the hard way. And that will now bring up Gavin Griffin.
And I think this is a place you wanted to stay out of if you were Hawley. This is what I talked about, the middle to the bottom of the order now on. You have arguably your hottest hitter up to bat right now and probably the most confident hitter for the Yellow Jackets.
Hadley in the full. The pitch to Griffin's upstairs for a ball, and since he switched, he hasn't thrown a strike.
Yeah, it's just the release point, I think, just isn't there right now. And again, he's trying to do too much with each pitch.
That one's ripped to right field. That's down for a hit. Run will score. That's going to roll all the way to the fence. 2 runs will score. Griffin's going to clear the bases. Griffin with the stand-up. He slides with the triple. And the Yellow Jackets strike and now lead 5-0 on the 3-run triple by Gavin Griffin.
That's the thing with Gavin. If he gets it into the gap, it's almost a guarantee he gets third base because of his speed and just doing a good job going with that pitch and clearing the bases.
Yeah, again, we're going to have here coach's timeout again. And you wonder how far pitchers are going to go with today. The wind, it's not super cold, but yet it's cold out here. And again, that's the balance in knowing how to coach baseball in central to northern Minnesota. Is day to day it's going to be a different weather thing, a different perspective that you're going to have to deal with each time.
Nice piece of hitting, Gavin Griffin going to the right center field gap with that one. That rolled all the way to the fence. As players like to do, wanted to get dirty with the head first slide. Otherwise, that's an easy stand-up triple, and he drives in 3 more runs for his total. Runs that total to 6 on the year. The Yellow Jackets lead 5-0 as that meeting on the mound comes to an end.
Yeah, that speed reminded me of Coach Durkeising running around at practice. Jesse, we'd like to do a little shout-out to him. Coach Durkeising coming off a little surgery and healing up, and we hope you're back soon, Coach, and glad you're watching tonight.
Now it brings up Ty Rooney. Walked and reached second his last time up, looking for an RBI. He's got 5 on the year. He's still batting 1,000, and he takes strike 1.
Yeah, had an outstanding game against Minnehaha. Just every time there was somebody on base, it seemed like he was up in scoring position, and he delivered each and every time.
That pitch is upstairs for a ball. Sorry, I apologize. The score, or hitting the wrong buttons on the count. It's 1-1. All right, 2-0, excuse me. Pitch on its way. Now 3-0 to Mr. Rooney.
Yeah, again, you wonder at this point with being up 5-0. I would say with convention says take a strike, but if it's a good one, I could see Rooney getting the green light as hot as he is.
He swings at that one. Actually evens the count. My mistake. I thought it was 3-0. It's now 2-2. So he waves at that one.
Nice level cut those left-handers have, Jason. I've watched you swing a few times. It's just a smooth stroke when you watch a left-hander swing.
It is a thing of beauty just how smooth it is on those lefty swings. And you watch, there's that tough high inside fastball is tough, but they like that low inside pitch.
Drop the barrel head of the bat and watch it fly.
And Rooney works a walk. And that will now bring up Ashton Detloff. He grounded into a fielder's choice first time out. A 1-3 put up, drove in a run. Rooney will now switch out. Liam Pouliou will run, not Logan. But Logan's got a lot of running in on this field. And I'll let that one go now. Hope you're enjoying our coverage today. We thank you for tuning in here from Krueger Field at Tuffy Stadium in beautiful downtown Perham today as Hadley works from the stretch and delivers. That pitch is low for a ball. Slotty box that one.
Yeah, nice job. But early on, I remember days like this. It's tough to be in the infield when you have a long inning like this. It starts to feel colder and windier than it is. So look for Hawley. They need to make a play here shortly, get themselves back in the dugout and swinging bats.
Detloff lifts that one up. Ambule calls for it and drops it. Griffin will take out. They have a force at second. They'll get the force out at second. So Detloff again has and a bat taken away. He gets an RBI on that one as it's dropped, but the force out at second turns into a fielder's choice.
Again, and that's one of them that we talked about really early. Once it gets above the stadium, as you can hear through our microphones, that wind is howling. So I can only imagine on those high fly balls, it's chasing all over the place up there. And again, you just got to get to where you think it's going to be, camp, and then make an adjustment.
Brings up Drew Ellingson. And he swings and waves at that one. He's looking for his first hit of the year. First at bat was a fly ball to left. On our Ottertail Power Company scoreboard, the Yellow Jackets have struck for 5 runs, lead 6-0 on just 2 hits. That one's roped down the line, but foul. And it's kind of one of those, the looks of it and the body language right now. You can tell, I think the weather and the wind's playing a little bit of a role today.
Right, and you can go back to, you said earlier, that's the types of plays that put up crooked numbers. Well, here we are with 6. You get those early, you knock that down, you get that first out at home. You just wonder how the game changes and how you have to play the game changes. So let's see if Hawley can battle and get out of this spot right now.
That pitch misses outside. 1-1 now. Well, you start the inning with an error, then you get a base hit, a fly ball, and a walk, a hit batter. And that just set the table perfectly for Gavin Griffin to drive in 3. Runner takes off and pitch hits the batter. And Ellingson will wear that on his way down to first. And the Yellow Jackets have now batted around.
Yeah, and again, you don't see anybody warming up for Hawley, and you play these double headers, which is great because once you're there, but it does put a lot of stress on a team when your pitching staff might not be deep in the first place. Now you've got to conserve how long can we go here because we only have so many arms that we can put out there.
Yeah, it's something especially early when your stamina might not be up as well as the amount of innings you can throw, but it gets tough when you got multiple games in a week sometimes.
Anderson started the inning, reaching on an error. Swings off the hands on that one, ground ball to third, stepping on the bag for the out to retire the side. Yellow Jackets with the big inning, they score 5, and after 2 complete, they lead 6-0.
Hilltop Lumber on Main Street Ottertail is your #1 stop to find building supplies for residential and commercial projects. From the initial idea to final completion of your project, at Hilltop Lumber, we help plan, supply, and deliver dreams. Check out Hilltop Lumber's Marvin Showcase Center and huge supply of carpeting and floor coverings, as well as hardware and lawn care for your everyday needs. See you at Hilltop Lumber Ottertail.
At Nias Family Sales, our experienced mechanics are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. With 10 service bays, the service department at Nias Family Sales can work on all makes and models. Our experienced mechanics can do everything from oil changes, tire repairs, brake service, engine and transmission repair, and much more. Schedule your vehicle today. Call 218-346-5976 or visit the Nias Family Sales Service Center at 610 East Main Street in Perham.
Well, welcome back. High up top, Krueger Field at Tuffy Stadium. Jason Groth, Lance Rock, Jesse Hine bringing you all the action of Yellow Jacket baseball today here on the 549 Media Network. We'll have doubleheader next week. Perham taking on Staples Motley, and we'll have some softball action coming up when they take on Barnesville and Breckenridge. Last update we had over there, the Yellow Jackets were down against Hawley. But as we come back here, the top of the third, it'll be Carter Andbuhl, Brody Hudley, and Tommy Slenny trying to do something against Drew Ellingson, looking for their first hit. As Ellingson rocks in, fires, and misses outside on that one. Now the question remains with this early 6-0 lead here in the third inning. How late do you and how long do you have Ellingson go as that one's fouled back and out of play towards a couple of cars?
Well, it's been interesting following along with the Yellow Jackets. It seems like 3 to 4 innings has kind of been the limit right now of Coach Mulkey trying to push these and stretching out. I don't know how far along they are. I'd say if the weather was warmer, maybe you stretch them out a little further. Right now, I think you're going to see that same sort of thing. You'll get all the different pitchers for the Yellow Jackets today.
And this is one of the first weeks where they have a full week schedule with 2 today and then 2 on Thursday when they take on DGF. You can also hear a lot of activities going on today. I think you might hear in the background there's a track meet going on. And strike 3 called there. Another strikeout. The 7th of the game for Drew Ellingson. There's also a couple of golf meets. The tennis team is on the road today at Fergus Falls. So a full day of Yellow Jacket activities. We'll try to keep you up to date as much as we possibly can. Is coming up as Brody Henley struck out his first time up. That one's fouled off the end of the bat to the right side. We're in the top of the third. Hawley's had 3 base runners via the walk. They've also had 7 strikeouts, and Hadley waves at that one.
Seems like Drew's really finding some comfort with that low breaking ball right now. He's keeping those hitters really off balance this inning.
The 0-2 just misses outside, trying to go with the heater on the corner.
Looks like Ellingson's picking up a little velocity, or at least the mitt's snapping a little more as we go.
Strike 3 called. And that's another strikeout for Drew Ellingson.
Little update from the boys golf. Perham comes in third over at Frazee. Staples Motley first. Hawley second. Perham third.
Ellingson off speed, misses there. Just got an update that triple by Gavin Griffins also sets a new school record. That one misses for a ball. For triples in a season, was previously held by Alex Bloom. He had 3 last year, now Gavin with his 4th. So that one's low for a ball. Now 3-0. I think one of our viewers, CJ Mulkey, tuning that in. The 3-0. Sletty didn't even put his bat on his shoulder on that one. That's going to be a strike every time. 3-1. Fouls that one back.
Again, knowing the competitor that Ellingson is, what you did by not putting your bat on your shoulders even probably just fueled his fire even a little bit more. And it looked like there was a mile or 2 faster on that fastball that time. Just kind of one of those, I'll show you if you want to play that game.
The 3-2. Swung on and missed. And Ellingson, with a couple of hops off the mound and a stare down to the Hawley dugout, retires the side. 3 up, 3 down, and through 2.5, the Yellow Jackets lead 6-0.
At Nias Family Sales, our experienced mechanics are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. With 10 service bays, the service department at Nias Family Sales can work on all makes and models. Our experienced mechanics can do everything from oil changes, tire repairs, brake service, engine and transmission repair, and much more. Schedule your vehicle today. Call 218-346-5976 or visit the Nias Family Sales Service Center at 610 East Main Street in Perham.
Since 1980, more families have trusted Jack Chivers Realty than anyone else in the Lakes area. I'm Blake Olson, the owner of Jack Chivers Realty. Our dedicated agents have a deep understanding of the area.
We live here and our kids go to school here. Let us find the perfect home for you and your family, or lean on our knowledge and marketing to sell your home. Find out how Chivers delivers right here in Perham. Reach out today and start packing. JackChiversRealty.com.
Welcome back. As we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, Yellow Jackets will have Zeise, Erbach, and Schumacher coming up, leading this one by a score of 6-0 after 2.5.
And again, early season, if you take a look at the scoreboard, 0-0-1, 6-2. So there's 6 runs on 2 hits. And again, it's just one of those things. As play will get better as the season goes on, and the hits will come more regularly. But again, I kind of felt that way. Drew was a little bit offended by the bat not going on the shoulder, and I think that's about as hard as I've seen him throw this year. Yeah, he was definitely going to make a statement there.
He amped up on that one, and that will now bring up Carson Zeise, who's 1 for 1 with a run scored and a stolen base. The left fielder. Yellowjackets home opener, which was originally scheduled for Hawley's. That one's lined towards second off the glove. Second baseman hustles, makes the throw, not in time. Hard hit shot there by Zeise off the glove of Straswell, and we'll wait for the official scoring on that one. That'll bring up Seth Urbach.
Definitely not the official scoring, but it is an E. I would have went the other way. I mean, that's a tough play. That was a rocket off of the bat. Tough break there for Zeise not getting a hit.
E4 is the official scoring on that one, and that will bring up Seth Urbach, who's 0 for 1. But again, another inning for Hawley that starts with an error defensively. That one misses inside for a ball.
Yeah, again, you put your pitcher in a really tough situation on a tough day when you're giving runners up. And again, the Yellow Jackets, to their credit, have taken advantage of it and brought those runners around, because that's not always the case either. But Zeise, good speed. Let's see what the Yellow Jackets do to put him in motion.
He's getting a bigger lead now, walking lead. Now he takes off on the pitch, and that's ripped through the hole for a line drive base hit for Seth Urbach. Shortstop was going towards second on the stolen base attempt, and Urbach just ripped it to where he departed.
Yeah, and again, I think it's one of those, Jason, I think sometimes you dial in as a batter when you put your teammate in motion. Either you're just protecting them, you're a little bit more focused than you usually are, and we just had the wind gust come up here, so interesting times here at Krueger Field.
You expect Liam Schumacher to bunt. He shows bunt. That pitch is up and in for a ball. One of our camera operators said the wind is supposed to die down at some point today.
Right after dark.
About 8 minutes after we're done broadcasting.
Well, we're so elevated. That's what kind of is affecting us. As Schumacher shows bunt right away, pulls back. That pitch misses outside. Now Duno.
One thing you give the Nuggets, they're not afraid to attack a bunt situation. They're coming up right within 10 feet, and I always dread that. Pull the bat back, and all of a sudden it's coming at you at 100 and some miles an hour. But no fear there by the Nuggets.
Schumacher showing bunt again. Pulls that one back. That pitch misses inside. It's now 3-0, and now if you're Hawley head coach Bo Lofgren, they're trying to give you an out. And now you fall behind 3-0, and you know who's on deck at the top of the order for the Yellow Jackets.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the exact same situation that happened before to the Nuggets, and it led to that 5-run, that crooked number, and here they're going to give them a free base.
Now bring up Alex Bloom, struck out and was hit by a pitch, drove in a run, and scored a run in that 5-run second.
Again, nobody out here. Bloom looking, I believe, for his first hit today, and this would be a timely time for him to drive one to a gap.
And he wanted that one as he had a big cut and follows that one straight back. 0-1 to count to Bloom. Bloom, the former record holder of triples in a season.
Maybe trying to tie it up right here.
That pitch misses outside. Hadley now takes a look over. Defense deep for the Hawley Nuggets and around the diamond. The pitch inside to Bloom. And it's now 2-1.
Almost got him again.
Alex Bloom and Ashton Detloff will be teammates next year as well, going to the University of Minnesota Crookston. A 2-1. That's upstairs. 3-1 now to Alex Bloom.
And when the bases get loaded and the pressure's on here, it seems like Hawley's just really trying to aim now instead of just letting it go.
And Bloom works the walk and gets another RBI. And on your Otter Tail Power Company scoreboard, the Yellow Jackets add to their lead. Now bring up Gavin Griffin, scored 2 runs, tripled in a run as well, or tripled in 3, I should say. It comes back up to the plate. First pitch to Griffin. In there for a strike. Hadley works ahead this time.
Yeah, again, he's got a little snap on that fastball. He's just struggled so mightily to locate it. It's just making his other pitches, they're sitting on the off-speed stuff.
That one's outside for a ball and evens the count at 1-1. Again, Yellow Jackets inning started with an error. Carson Zeise reached on an error, eventually came around to score when Bloom was hit by a pitch. Griffin, big hack at that one and follows that one back and out of play towards a couple of nice trucks sitting in the Lakes Cooperative Meat Market parking lot.
Souvenir for a farmer picking up some feed.
The 1-2. That's roped, line drive, nice catch at third, turns into a double play. What a play by the third baseman, Owen Becker. As Griffin rips that one, Becker fights it, makes the catch, steps on third for the double play.
Yeah, and that was hit so hard I don't even think I got the camera angle over there in time, and it was one of those, not to say it was lucky, but I think it was a protection shot. It was a line drive rope, and it would have been another triple, I think, that had happened, and he just stepped in there and took it and was smart enough to get that double play and really save probably this game for the Hawley Nuggets at this point.
I know that third baseman's probably lucky that it's not about an hour from now and that sun's just glistening over the top of the grandstand. I know from experience you can't see a whole lot when the sun's in your eyes, so great play over there.
That was a rocket off the bat of Griffin, and I think you said it right, Jesse, in about an hour. This is one of the tougher sun fields in the area. That'll bring up Ty Rooney 0 for 0, 2 walks. Still with that perfect batting average at 5.5 on the year. Hadley delivers. Misses outside. Slutty tried to frame it, didn't get the call.
And I'm not sure Hawley can make it back into this game. I haven't seen them hit Ellingson. I think we'll probably see a new pitcher. But one of the things it does is it's saving new pitchers right now if you can get through this inning.
Rooney golfs that one to foul and evens the count at 1-1.
Great play by Coach Super over there.
I made sure we got that one on camera.
He's quick on his feet still.
He can clip that one for his highlight reel.
You know he will. 1-1 the count to Rooney. Hadley takes a look, now delivers. Rooney rips that one off the first baseman's glove. That will get through. A run will come in to score as Irma comes in to score, and Schumacher goes to third. Rooney to second on another tough call as they call an E3 on the official scoring.
Boy, I guess I'm glad I'm not the official scorer, because this has been some line shots, and I know they've had an opportunity, but tough plays with this win to battle. But again, I guess you go back to the logics of baseball and you get your glove on it, it's probably an error, and they had a shot to make multiple plays.
As a former first baseman, that's got to be made. It's brings up Ashton Dentloff, but for Rooney, that's a hit on his batting average as the pitch is on its way. It's outside for a ball.
Right, and again, you just gotta feel a little. Hawley's pitcher now is laboring a little bit here, just trying to get through this inning and save his team a pitcher, but a nice job there battling back.
Dentloff waves at that one. He's driven in 2. 0 for 2. A productive outs each time. That one's waved at again by Dentloff. He's looking to try to get one up in the jet stream.
Again, if Hadley, if he can locate that fastball, I think he's going to be a tough pitcher in the heart of the Lakes, Jason and Jesse, because his off speed really has had the Yellow Jackets on their front foot.
And Dentloff finds it through the middle with the base hit. That will score 2 for the Yellow Jackets as they extend the lead to 10-0 with the RBI single by Ashton Dentloff.
Nice job by Ashton, just cutting the ball in half, going straight up the middle, and scoring another run for the Jackets.
Again, sometimes I think hitters get locked in a little bit more when they're down 0-2. They choke up on the bat a little bit, shorten their swing up a little bit, and make contact instead of that big, long swing. And sometimes I really do believe they just become a better hitter when they do back to those fundamentals.
Allison takes that one.
Kind of piggybacking on that, Lance, I think a lot of the more veteran players for the Jackets are just not trying to do too much with it. They're just putting the barrel on it and trusting their skills, and it's worked out for them today.
That one misses low. Evens the count, and 1-1 to Ellingson. Yellow Jackets 10 runs on 4 hits. No errors. Hawley, no runs, no hits, 3 errors. As the pitch is on its way, and Ellingson lifts that one to left field, and that ball is gone. Drew Ellingson, a 2-run home run, and the Yellow Jackets add to the lead. As Drew Ellingson launched that one over the wall and left, and he's greeted at home by Ashton Detloff.
Yeah, and again, I don't want to go back to that, but you just see a little different battle out of Drew Ellingson since that at bat where he didn't put the. You wonder, some of those little things just dial an athlete in, and knowing the competitor that Ellingson is, that might just have been enough right there to just lock him in.
That ball misses outside to Braden Anderson. Well, you feel for Brody Hadley today. Each inning's starting in a tough way for him, and it just ends up being a snowball down the hill for him.
Well, and just giving up 5 hits against a real veteran Yellow Jackets team, and I don't think he's given up that many earned runs, to be honest with you. It's all been aided. Some of it on him, hit batsman, a few bad walks, but a couple crucial errors in there really turned the tide in this game.
Anderson out in front of that one, third baseman charging hard. The throw across the diamonds in time to retire the side, but the Yellow Jackets strike again. 6 runs on the big knock in that inning. Drew Ellingson, a 2-run grand slam, and the Yellow Jackets lead 12-0 after 3 complete.
At the Perham Community Center, we have something for everyone. Let us help you reach your fitness goals, connect with others, or just have a little fun. We offer a state-of-the-art weight room, weight resistance and cardio machines, and inspiring spin studio. If walking is your preference, our walking track is just the thing for you. We have over 20 fitness classes offered weekly. Yoga, Zabit, Strength, and Senior Fit, those are just a few. Our aquatic center is equipped with a 6-lane lap pool, kiddie pool, and water slide. Adults can relax in the sauna and hot tub. We also offer water fitness classes and open swim for the family. Find your fit at the Pack. We'd love to have you here.
Hansen's Plumbing and Heating provides the highest quality products and services to ensure the comfort and safety of all their customers. It's what they do. Henry Hansen, later known as Hardware Hank, first opened the family hardware store in the early 1930s in Burgess, Minnesota. Today, they are proud to carry on his legacy of hard work and honesty through teamwork, fellowship, cutting-edge technology, and forward thinking. 218-346-2422 or make a visit in Perham, Burgess, or Detroit Lakes today. Hansen's Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Minnesota families for over 80 years.
Yes, garbage is gross, but here at Steve's Sanitation, we are your trash experts with experience to back it up. At Steve's Sanitation, we know how to schedule your trash pickups without missing a beat, and we have been doing it for over 30 years in Perham and the Lakes area. Steve's Sanitation has been voted the best garbage service in the Lakes area since 2019. With 30 dedicated employees, we're here to take care of your trash. For more information, call us at 218-346-4834 or visit our website at stevesanitation.com. Welcome back. Big inning for the Yellow Jackets. And now Hawley will come up with Owen Packer, Dylan Hoekstra, and Wyatt Jenbeck. Some changes I know have been made for Hawley as well. We'll get those to you. But the Yellow Jackets also some defensive changes. Taking Zacharias at first base and Harry Poole now taking over in left field. Drew Ellingson still working on the mound with 9 strikeouts and 3 walks. And misses outside as he's having himself a day as well.
And again, you might be asking yourself why, as that one's fouled off, why Ellingson's still up there. It's 12-0. whatever, but I think it's where you're at, Jason. This is the first full week of double headers. It's different when you have one game and then a week and one game. They got 4 games this week, so conserving a few arms, and his pitch count isn't that high yet, and he's feeling it. So
the 2-1 catches the corner, strike 2 there. Nice pop on that one. Ellingson's been in the zone, and I think you mentioned it, since that moment earlier in this game. That one swung on and waved at for another strikeout, and that's strikeout number 10.
Well, you just see the different intensity. I just see him locked in, and it's one of those situations now. I wonder if you won't change pitchers, and then maybe you can start the second game with that same pitcher as they're meeting at the mound. But I saw a little Hawley Nuggets were warming somebody up too, and I think you can maybe do that here in the next inning or so.
Quick talk. Ellingson on the mound. This could be one of those that James Mulkey might say, this is your final guy, or, keep it going. We're going to stick with you because, pitch count thing is with DGF. Solid program, too, as well, coming up on Thursday.
Right. It's going to be interesting because each year brings that new dynamic, and DGF has had a nice team. And when we start talking about Heart of the Lakes, there's a foul ball.
Rooney trying to find it. Ellingson giving chase. Now drops here. Zacharias was giving chase. Drops in front of the Hawley dugout for strike number 1. Ty Rooney didn't really have a chance on that one. He was looking towards the other side. Didn't see where it went off the bat of the batter, Dylan Hoekstra.
Well, I honestly thought it was out of play, and I think the wind probably kept that one in because it was definitely heading over behind us, and it just stuck there when it got above the stadium here.
And nice pitch there by Elkson. Pain in the corner again. Yellow Jackets lead 12-0 here in the 4th. That ball's low. Nice job by Rooney on that one, on the 1-2.
Well, one thing teams have learned today, they're not going to leave the bat off their shoulder when Ellingson's pitching because it's brought a whole new Dylan. There's a shot.
And that's the first hit of the game down the line to left. Poole will give chase. Hoekstrom rounds, and he'll turn with the stand-up double for the game's first hit for the Hawley Nuggets.
Yeah, again, the ball, we only have 6 hits in the game, but I would argue there were maybe a few more, but wow, they have been stung when they have been hit today.
Ellingson will now pitch to White Jedvik. That's waved at there. Jedvik walked in the second. In between games, we'll run a couple of ads. We'll have a break, and then we'll get you set up for game number 2. All on one stream today. That pitch in there for a strike. And quickly ahead 0-2 is Drew Ellingson. Stay tuned. Quick post-game show. We'll have our Steve Sanitation player. The game is strike 3 called there as Jetfit goes down on strikes looking.
Right, and he was peppering him with that fastball, and then 0-2 comes with that curve, and it was a tight one that time. A little different rotation to that curve, and it just snuck right in there, and a nice pitch there by Ellingson.
Eli Straswell will step in, strikeout victim. His first time up. That pitch off the hands, lifted to the right side and out of play.
Again, if you're the Nuggets, you're just looking for something positive here, Jason, to get you into that second game, whether it's a run here or, sometimes you just it's hitting that ball down the line going, okay, we made solid contact now, and getting that 0 off the hits column has to be a big relief for the Nuggets.
The 1-1 fouled back. Good thing that was on the ground.
We would have saw that old first baseman's quick hop up here in the Windy City.
I'm looking forward to when that new net comes and installed, an off-speed pitch, and wow, Jesse said it right. What a buckler it was there for Drew Ellingson.
Yeah,
well, Hawley gets a hit.
That was nasty, and again, we got a great view here of watching that thing break, and it just buckled the knees.
We'll take a break. Yellowjackets lead 12-0. Horseman Investments and Insurance can help you with your retirement planning goals and insurance protection needs. Kyle Van Dyke and his team provides educated retirement solutions, wealth management strategies, inheritance and legacy planning, and personalized auto, homeowners, and life insurance protection plans. We are here for your lifelong financial wellness. To set up an appointment, call Kyle Van Dyke at 218-236-6665 or email at kyle.vandyke@horseman.com.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
I'm Jen Hendrickson with United Community Bank. Jacket Pride isn't something we take lightly. We support the teachers and support staff that help teach our children every day. We support local Perm athletes with our Battle of the Bees sponsorship nights. And every year we award 4 scholarships to Perm seniors. Yellowjackets are my team, and United Community Bank is my bank.
Well, welcome back here to Perham. On the mound now by Eli Straswell. In relief for Brody Henley, who goes 3 innings with 12 runs on 5 hits.
Yeah, tough luck day for him. And again, he battled through some wildness. I think finding his fastball was probably his downfall today. Some nasty off-speed stuff. Looked like a little change, slider, curveball. So he's got a mix of pitches, and he's going to be heard from in the heart of the Lakes, that's for sure.
Struck out 1, walked 5, hit a pair. Harry Poole will step up for his first at bat. First pitch to him had him buckle a little bit, but it's inside for a ball.
Yeah, getting the stands here, filling up a little bit. People braving the weather, and glad to probably be outside.
That wind that's been dying down for a little bit, as we've been told.
Just give it time.
But it's a great day for baseball. 2-0 is upstairs for a ball. Any day is a great day for baseball in my mind. So
at
it's
least at least the sun's shining.
Straswell behind the count, the 3-0. And Poole works a 4-pitch walk. Now they'll bring up Seth Urbach. That one misses for a ball.
Again, you think the Yellowjackets probably here, 12-0 lead, probably not stealing, but you just never know. I don't think you ever kind of take your foot off the gas too much, and you want to put these guys in situations where they're working on their skill as well. So again, for the Yellowjackets, maybe hit and run type situation, but again, they're playing well today, and it's been fun to be out here watching it.
Round ball, left side. Tough hop, scooped up at third, the throw to first in time. Nice play there. Becker sticking with it, firing across the diamond to retire Urbach.
And again, I think that's been a story for Hawley here. They get the out probably want to get that lead runner, didn't get it, but they're sticking with it and they're battling and they're making a play, which I'm sure they're going to work on in practice and crisp up and try to get that lead runner.
Brings up Liam Schumacher. 0 for 0 on the day, 2 walks, 2 runs scored. One thing, Lance, a lot of teams you're talking about situational baseball when it's a 12-0 game. It depends on what your philosophy is. Some is once you get to 10, you kind of go station to station. Some might have that number a little bit higher as well, especially here early in the season.
Well, and I think it's who you're bringing into the game. If you get new people in new positions, you got to give them their fair play, and you want them battle-tested and ready as you build towards the end of the season. If it's someone who's played this whole game, obviously you start going station to station, but you might want to see what kind of break can Harry Poole get. And I know that the coaching staff knows that from practice, but good things to work on because it's different in real life than it is at practice, that's for sure.
That one's fouled back and out of play, 1-2 the count.
I think a big thing, too, is with pitch count the way it is, if you're the Yellowjackets, the quicker you can end this game to save your arm is a good thing as well.
Playing 2 today, the pitch off speed, hung up there, gets through the hole. They'll wave the runner home. He'll score standing up, and the Yellowjackets add to the lead. We'll wait the official score, and they're going to give that one a hit for Liam Schumacher. So he gets a hit and an RBI. As the Yellowjackets add to the lead here in the 4th. That brings up Alex Bloom in the top of the order. Bloom on the afternoon is 0 for 1. He struck out, he's hit by a pitch, and he walked. The Yellowjackets lead 13-0 with 13 runs on 6 hits on the Undertale Power Company scoreboard. That one's lifted to left on a rope, and making a grab there is Heinesen left for the out. Schumacher got too far off the bank, but now he comes all the way back. On a rope there by Alex Bloom.
Yeah, and that's always to me has been the toughest part about baseball. Someone can dribble the ball 14 feet down the line and get a hit, and you rope one for 300 feet and it's an out, and that's just the way it's played. And you go back, and I know Alex Bloom knows he got a good solid bat on ball there, so he's feeling good about it.
Griffin lofts that one straight back and out of play. Griffin was hit by a pitch in the first, stole a base and scored. Then hit a bases clearing triple in the second, lined into a double play in the third. Speaking of tough breaks there, that line drive double play found Becker's glove at third, and he stepped on the base with bases loaded. And now a nice pitch there. Straswell gets ahead with the off speed. It's now 0-2 to Griffin.
Right, and I think if you're Hawley, you're not giving him anything close to the zone right now as well as Gavin is hitting this baseball. You don't want to give him anything to put the barrel on, and they do just that down the line.
Another good hack there by Gavin Griffin. Here's a kid that's spent a lot of time working on his craft during the winter for the Yellowjackets baseball player, center fielder now for the Yellowjackets.
Yeah, super dynamic athlete and a great kid, and puts his heart and soul into everything he does. So, again, I would probably waste a pitch here if I was Hawley.
And they hang it, and Griffin bangs it out to left off the fence. They're going to wave the runner home. The throw to the plate is in time, and Schumacher is tagged out on a nice relay there by Hawley. The Yellowjackets strike for a run. They extend their lead, but a nice play by Hawley to end the inning as the Yellowjackets lead 13-0.
It's something new every day, some different stuff to do. It's not the same monotonous thing over and over again.
Everybody works together, everybody knows everybody, you know, we all get along just well. It's just a great company to work with.
It's like a big family here. It's just everybody gets along with everybody and everybody clicks. Everybody just helps everybody out. And it's a pretty awesome job to have.
McCall Construction is the Lakes area full-service construction management company, offering a truly personalized experience. From dream homes to commercial spaces, McCall Construction focuses on putting you first with experienced value engineering that delivers on your vision and surpasses your expectations. Whether you already have a plan or you're just getting started, give them a call. McCall Construction will make the entire process so much easier. Call them at 218-346-7070 or check them out on Facebook.
Well, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in as we head to the top of the fifth, and the Yellow Jackets going to the bullpen. Braden Anderson will throw the rubber. Drew Ellingson goes 4 innings. He gives up 1 hit. He walks 3, strikes out 12. And 4 innings of work as Braden Anderson will face a pinch hitter here for the Hawley Nuggets. That will be Hayden Martin to start things off here in the top of the Hawley fifth. So Drew Ellingson moves over to third after his solid outing on the mound.
Looks like Liam Pouliou's in behind the dish too, Jason.
Thank you for that, Jesse. As Hayden Martin will step in. He will take a ball.
I apologize for that. Battling the 50-mile-an-hour winds coming through here.
Anderson quickly now behind 2-0 to Martin. As pitch on its way, now an off speed just high, and it's 3-0. And the last thing you want to see is a leadoff walk with a 13-0 lead in the fifth. And Anderson misses low, and working the walk there is Martin on 4 straight pitches. And that'll bring up Morgan Kloos.
A lot of equipment getting thrown off on the way to first base there.
Well, and the other part to that is the Yellow Jackets defensively haven't had to do a whole lot because Ellingson just kind of took care of business himself. Now you start to put a little pressure on them. You know, it's been a long time since they fielded a ball here. Let's see what the Yellow Jackets have.
Now Anderson gets his hand with the strike there, and you wonder the sigh of relief from the Hawley dugout seeing that Ellingson is off the mound.
It would be if I was coming up to bat because he was reaching back and dialing today.
Nice pitch there by Anderson. Kloos swings through. That one is now behind the count 0-2. So Anderson responds after 4 straight balls to Kloos in his first at bat.
Sometimes slipping to the stretch makes a difference with the relief pitcher coming in and getting comfortable.
One and 2 coming to close. Yellow Jackets lead 13-0 here in game number 1, looking to improve to 3-0 and 1-0 in the HOL. And Kloos swings through that one for a strikeout. Now turn things over for top of the order, but it's going to be a pinch hitter. Number 18, Landon Peterson, will step up. You can see both teams going deep into their bench with the game pretty much out of reach at 13-0.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Coach Mulcahy's instructions to Anderson was throw strikes, and sometimes that's easier said than done when you say just go throw strikes. As we have one off both the catcher and the umpire, I believe.
Fouled straight back, and now
And I think both of you are standing back in harm's way. If the catcher takes a bad bounce, usually you see the umpire dust off the plate or walk the ball out to the pitcher, and just what makes this game such a good sport.
Anderson now quickly ahead 0-2. Off speed, throws that one over the plate for back-to-back strikeouts for Braden Anderson.
Nice job by Braden just settling in, getting some first outings on the mound, and struggled a little bit early. Now seems like he's kind of found his groove.
I'll bring up Brody Handley. That one's fouled straight back and out of play. Bunch of people going after those foul balls. Wonder if inflation has affected the price of a foul ball in the dugouts. Used to always be a quarter. I wonder if it's gone up a little bit. I know for the Pirates games, Lance, well, Dino handing out those quarters. That one's fouled back again and out of play. And almost got a kid running after a foul ball.
Yeah, it seems like that's one thing that hasn't gone up is the price of shagging down a foul ball. But again, it's one of those rights of the young kids of running after it. And I remember doing it way back in the day.
Upstairs, Anderson went with the off speed. 1-2 the count. Anderson trying to strike out the side after a leadoff walk here in the fifth.
Umpire fools me a little bit, Jason. When he gives that high sign, I think he's going to ring him up, and not quite used to that yet.
Hadley follows that one straight back, and Lance, I'm right there with you. There's a couple times I thought it was a strike, and he's saying it's high.
Open fist, closed fist, I guess, but it's hard to decipher.
Anderson takes a look, now look over at first. A long pause, they're in set, and comes to the plate, the 1-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner of the plate, and the Yellowjackets pick up win number 3 with a 13-0 victory over the Hawley Nuggets. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, wrap this one up, and then get you set up for the next one here on the 549 Media Network, as we discussed off air during the break. Our Steve Sanitation Player of the Game. That's coming up next here on the 549 Media Network.
It's not necessary to build your business in Perham, Minnesota to be successful. But it sure does help. Hammers Construction. Your vision, our team.
Odds are there's an ace right in your neighborhood. With expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock. With people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
When you're running a business, you don't have time for doubt. You need a banking partner you can trust. One who is as invested in the success of your business as you are, and has all the products and services you need under one roof. At Bremer Bank, we're here to listen and learn, because you know your business best, and we'll back you up with insightful advice and personalized solutions that help you achieve your goals. Work with Bremer Bank, because understanding is everything.
Energy-efficient technologies have the power to connect us all, so we can save more than ever before. Evolve. And make choices that are smart. For you. For them. And for all of us. Because with energy-efficient technologies, we can connect to a better, smarter home.
Yes, garbage is gross, but here at Steve's Sanitation, we are your trash experts with experience to back it up. At Steve's Sanitation, we know how to schedule your trash pickups without missing a beat, and we have been doing it for over 30 years in Perham and the Lakes area. Steve's Sanitation has been voted the best garbage service in the Lakes area since 2019. With 30 dedicated employees, we're here to take care of your trash. For more information, call us at 218-346-4834 or visit our website at stevesanitation.com. Welcome back. Perfect lead in there as we have our Steve Sanitation player of the game to come up. So the Yellow Jackets take game one 13-0 over Hawley. And we're going to give it to starting pitcher Drew Ellington. Outstanding performance on the mound, 4 innings, 1 hit. Walked 3, struck out 12, and also delivered a 2-run bomb.
Yeah, Drew did a nice job from the moment he threw his first pitch. He was around the zone. When he was missing close, and again, did a really nice job for the Jackets. Defense probably got a little bored out there, but you got to love it when your starting pitcher this early in the season can come out and take command like that.
Right, and he took that fire and that what he was doing on the mound to the plate with him and hit one that was just a solid rope out over the left field fence and go back in the days. I remember the likes of Chris Sanoa and Charlie Nelson hitting a few of those like that. And again, it's good for the Yellow Jackets. I think what we wanted to see was probably hitters 5 through 9 or 10, depending on where they're 5 through 9, seeing what they could do and if they could bring back those, bring in some of those runners that have been getting on base consistently for the Yellow Jackets. So really a good opening of the Heart of the Lakes for the Yellow Jackets. Probably went on schedule, I would have to say, Jesse.
No doubt. It'll be fun to see game 2. I'm not sure. I talked to Coach Mulcahy earlier today, and he said game 2 starting pitcher to be determined. So I think it'll be a surprise to all of us here.
That was my name when I used to pitch, was to be determined. We'd see how the first game went, and we'd go from there. But, again, nice job by Coach Mulcahy, his staff, and in the Yellow Jackets. Kind of a hard luck story, Jason, for the Nuggets, though. They pitched pretty well, and things just didn't quite go their way. You can look at different things, hits Batman and a few errors, and it could have been a little different story.
Oh, that shot himself in the foot too many times in the beginning of an inning. You have a couple of errors and when you're facing a team like the Yellow Jackets, they're going to capitalize on that. And it's not just the error, it's what happens after the error. When the Yellow Jackets get a guy on base, Coach Mulcahy doesn't put the foot off the gas when he gets guys on base. He's aggressive in many different ways, and the Yellow Jackets continue to show that today, and Hawley just couldn't recover.
Yeah, and I think you're looking at a Yellow Jackets team that have some high goals, and there's a couple things you can say goals, but what you do every day, your habits mean way more than what your goals mean. And this group has set some really good habits, and they're doing things really, really well. And I think you'll see that pay off as we go through. But there's some really good teams in Section 8 AA, and some. You're going to want to come and watch some baseball because you're going to see some kids that are flamethrowers throughout the region here, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, we thank you for tuning into this one. Game number 2 is coming up in just a little bit. Keep your stream on. We'll be back here live from Krueger Field on 549 Media. Well, we welcome you back to beautiful Krueger Field as we get ready to go for game number 2. Quick turnaround here. What should be a good one. Yellow Jackets coming out the victory. They're looking to make it a sweep here. Tommy Sleddy will get the start for Hawley. Liam Schumacher will toe the rubber for the Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets starting lineup leading off will be Alex Bloom, batting second, Gavin Griffin. Ty Rooney will be behind the plate. Drew Alex in the DH. Ashton Detloff at first base. Carson Zeise in left field. Braden Anderson at second base. Seth Urbach at third. And Tate Zacharias in right field. And on the bump, Liam Schumacher. Sleddy will get the start for Hawley after catching. So his arm is, hot and ready to go. His catcher will be Carter Ambuel.
Watching his bullpen session down there, Jason was throwing everything on a downhill play and trying to keep it low. I think after seeing the Yellow Jackets attack the first high pitches, they're going to try to keep everything low. So let's see if he can accomplish that goal. Again, the Yellow Jackets, really nice performance of being aggressive in the first one.
We'll get your defensive lineup here in a second as Sleddy will face Alex Broom. The first pitch, off speed, catches a corner for a strike, and working ahead is going to be the key for Tommy Sleddy. His catcher, Carter Ambuel, Dylan Hoekstra at first base, Eli Stresswell at second as the pitch swung on and fouled, strike 2, and ahead 0-2 is Sleddy. Brody Hadley at short, Owen Becker at third, Payne Highness in left, Wyatt Jetfeg in center field, and Anderson Brager in right field for Hawley, who's now 1-1 and 1-1 in the heart of the Lakes. The 0-2 swung on and waved at Bloom down on strikes. Quick start there for Sleddy, and the Hawley fans celebrate the strikeout there.
And again, that's what I saw in the bullpen, keeping the ball low, not overpowering, but seems like he has a lot of mix to his pitches. So again, the Yellow Jackets gonna have to sit back and attack, and here we go.
And Griffin shoots the gap again in right field. Takes a turn at 2, looks to third. And he will get another triple as he adds to his already career season mark with another triple for Gavin Griffin.
Cookie cutter, the last one from last game, but just another good job of throwing it into the gap and letting his wheels take over.
That will bring up Ty Rooney. Reached on an air and a couple of walks. Sleddy works and delivers to Rooney. Rooney, fly ball to left field. Highness coming in. Highness makes the catch, and Griffin will score, and it's an RBI sac fly for Ty Rooney, and the Yellow Jackets strike first.
Right, and just what the doctor ordered if you're trying to come back from. You always wonder about the ebb and flow when things seem to have gone easy for the Yellow Jackets in the first one. What do you come out with intensity? And they're putting the foot right back on the gas. 2 outs, important for Sleddy to get out of this one right now.
Drew Ellingson homered last game, takes strike 1 on that one. Well, it's amazing instant runs. Gavin Griffin and Ty Rooney when they are on like that. And a great piece of hitting by Rooney with a deep fly ball into the outfield. That allows the run to score. You can tell Highness the wind messed with that a little bit, so he didn't really get a chance to get underneath it and make a strong throw to home, and the Yellow Jackets strike.
Well, any depth to a fly ball, you're going to have a cannon to get Griffin, and there's another strike pitch because he reads, he's so instinctual, and he gets off the ball so well. But nice for the Yellow Jackets to get a start. And again, you're battling a different umpire right now, Jason. So finding his strike zone, we saw a high pitch get looked at like that wasn't a strike in the last game, and they were correct. But now the strike zone's shifted a little bit, so it's up to the batters to make that adjustment.
2-2 the count to Ellingson. Sleddy rocks and fires. That pitch grounded to the left side, scooped up at short. And the throw by Hadley is high. Doesn't get his foot down on the bag, does Hoekstra. And Ellingson beats that out and will reach on the air. Oh, they give it a hit. As he beats that out, I thought the high throw pulled him off.
Right, it seemed like one of those of all the errors in the first one that I thought were line shots. I thought that was fairly routine. Again, took kind of that double pump, and usually what happens is you airmail that thing, and that's exactly what happened.
We'll bring up Ashton Detloff, the first baseman. That one's low in the dirt for a ball. And sometimes when you're at home, you get that home cooking on the scoreboard as well, too. When it comes to hits or an error. Pitch on its way, and that's grounded to the right side, making the range over there. Straswell, nice play for the second baseman to retire on the side, but the Yellow Jackets strike first. They jump ahead after a half inning of play, lead 1-0.
At New Horizons Realty, we're on your team. For over 25 years, we've been helping families and businesses find the perfect place to call home here in the Lakes area. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or just dreaming, we've got the experience and local knowledge to guide you through every step of your real estate journey. As proud supporters of the Perham Yellowjackets, we believe in building strong teams on the mat, court, or field, and in the community. Check out our current listings at perhamrealestate.com or give us a call today at 218-346-7767.
Hilltop Lumber on Main Street Otter Tail is your #1 stop to find building supplies for residential and commercial projects. From the initial idea to final completion of your project, at Hilltop Lumber, we help plan, supply, and deliver dreams. Check out Hilltop Lumber's Marvin Showcase Center and huge supply of carpeting and floor coverings, as well as hardware and lawn care for your everyday needs. See you at Hilltop Lumber Otter Tail.
Welcome back to Krueger Field. Sun is now, we talk about a tough sun. It's also a tough sun for our monitor. Right now behind the sun, directly starting to be behind us. Liam Schumacher on the mound for the Yellow Jackets. Behind the plate is Ty Rooney, Ashton Detloff, Braden Anderson, Alex Bloom, Seth Urbach across the diamond. Carson Zeise in left, Gavin Griffin in center, Tate Zacharias in right. For the Yellow Jackets, for Liam Schumacher, who was on the bump today for the Yellow Jackets here in the bottom of the first. He'll face Carter Embule, Brody Headley, and Tommy Sleddy to start things off. The pitch on its way, check swing, but he held.
Had a little intel. We might see a few knuckleballs here coming up, and a good control pitcher. And as soon as I say that, right in the middle of the back. So unless that's where he was aiming.
Well, we saw what happened when the Yellow Jackets were hit by a few pitches and tried to take advantage. Now Brody Hadley, the shortstop, will step up for Hawley.
What I'm really interested in here, Jason, is they were pretty station to station against Ellingson. Are we going to try to get the wheels in motion now? Rooney, a pretty good catcher behind the plate, but you got to figure they have to try to make something happen when you get shut out in the first game. You got to get some runs going, and one way is to get the wheels in motion here.
Nice lead at first for Ambule. Schumacher sets and delivers. That one's fouled off the fists and out of play. On the Yellow Jacket fans, as it's 1-1, as the wind has definitely picked up here, blowing out more straight towards center now. Earlier was directly off the left behind us. Pitch on its way. That's in there for a strike up high. Got the high strike, 1-2 the count.
Yeah, again, definitely a different strike zone in Game 2 than Game 1. That upper strike was never called in the first one. Now you can live about right underneath the numbers.
That one's off the hands to short left field. It drops in for a base hit. And Brody Hadley with the hit for Hawley. And Hawley now in business with runners at first and second. Nobody out here in the top, or the bottom of the first, excuse me. I'll bring up Tommy Sleddy. If you remember, had that moment where he let that bat tip off his shoulder and it kind of fired up Drew Ellingson.
Well, and it's right where you want to be, though. If you're the pitcher, you want to be able to help yourself out here.
Yellow Jackets anticipating bunt. Sleddy takes strike one for a ball, or strike one on the corner, excuse me. Thought it was a ball, but
you saw Detloff charge hard here again, Hawley really made a living there in the first game of charging hard, and good job by Schumacher getting ahead with 2 strikes here.
The 0-2. Schumacher taking his time, trying to get on the same page with Noah Rooney. Misses upstairs.
Good waist pitch, tried to climb that ladder a little bit. The first 2 high pitches have been called strikes, so why not go just a little bit higher, see if you can steal one.
That one off the hands, fouled, and off the light tower, and nice grab there almost by a fan, as it's now 1-2.
Good to see Schumacher settle in here and start pounding the zone a little bit.
Takes a long look, good lead at second. Now the off speed hits him. So.
Gotta eat my words again.
I think we're 0 for 2 here.
Announcer jinx that I normally say I don't believe in. You guys are just proving it right there. As Owen Becker will step in with the bases full for Hawley. And this is kind of one of the first times that the Yellow Jackets really faced adversity so far through 3 games.
Right, and again, it shows the kind of that veteran leadership out of Ty Rooney. Just take that time, get out to the mound, just settle him down a little bit. To, probably the first time maybe for extended on the big mound here for Schumacher, and look for him to battle. And again, you just got to throw strikes now.
Some activity starting to stir down the third baseline bullpen. We'll keep an eye on that as Schumacher delivers in there for a strike as he comes right back. With a fastball there for strike 1. Inside, evens the count at 1-1. That was up and in. That's one of those where you normally hear people say wear it. You're not going to wear a fastball like that, but 1-1 the count now.
Especially not this cold. It would sting.
And out in front of that one was Becker, and he waves through it now. Schumacher ahead 1-2.
Again, a lot of times I think you'd see Detloff in this situation, but I'm pretty sure trying to save him for DGF.
Ground ball to third, scooped up. The throw to home is in time to get the out at the plate. Nice job there, Urbach, and a good throw to Ty Rooney. Kept his foot on the base to get the first out of the inning.
And again, that's a big one. Sometimes now you might see Schumacher settle in here a little bit. Just can take a deep breath getting that out and getting that lead out instead of going to 1 and giving up that tying run. So nice job by the Yellow Jackets getting that lead runner.
Brings up Dylan Hoekstra for his first look in Schumacher. That pitch line drive, base hit, and the Nuggets are on the board with an RBI single. The throw in is cut off by Urbach, and Hoekstra ties it up at 1 with a nice rip to left field.
Yeah, Urbach did a nice job getting out there, getting into position. And again, a hard hit ball there by the Nuggets. And you, if you're the Yellow Jackets, you got to be careful because sometimes you play with fire a little bit here. A team that was down, you see the life in the dugout now starting to chirp a little bit, and they're feeling it.
Off speed over for a strike there. Getting ahead of Wyatt Jetvig, there's Liam Schumacher. Base is still full as we're tied at 1 here in the first. That one lifted back and out of play. But you can see the confidence building with these cuts and approaches at the plate from the Hawley Nuggets right now. The 1-2 off speed is outside and high, evens it up at 2.
Well, and a little bit of that confidence might be a fastball not coming at 90, a little bit more high school speed here.
That's off the hands to short right center field. Griffin is there, makes the catch. They're going to test this arm. The throw to the plate is offline, and a run will score, and the Yellow Jackets now trail 2-1 as Hawley strikes on the sacrifice fly.
Again, nice job. If anything, you want to fly out, you want to flare out to right and give yourself a chance. It's easy. It's a little bit easier read for the coach, and nice job by Hawley Nuggets. Not only battling back to tie it, but now taking the lead. So the Yellow Jackets now have to get this run and get back in and get those bats swinging again.
That's outside for a ball. Eli Straswell steps in as Hawley leads 2-1 here in the first. That one inside, throw down to second. Not in time. Good strong throw. Anderson came in to try to apply the tag, but Becker dives back safely.
Yeah, good snap throw there by Ty Rooney. Just, it's time to work on those. We're early in the season.
Off the hands to the right side, a flare, a dying quail right in front of the Hawley dugout. 1-2 the count. Hawley struck 2 runs, 2 hits. A hit batter has helped him take a 2-1 lead, and a knee buckler there. Bender inside is too far. Evens the count 2 apiece.
And again, I imagine the coaches from the Nuggets are going to say, just stay in there. Take that. We'd have bases loaded again. If it's a curveball off speed, why not?
But now, base full count, 2 outs. Runners will be going on the pitch. Schumacher taking his time on the mound.
Play will be at first, most likely for the Yellow Jackets. Anything on the ground?
He sets, takes a look in, looks at second, takes another look. Now delivers, swung on, waved at in the dirt. Rooney will fire down, and that will retire the side. But Hawley strikes, and they take a 2-1 lead after an inning complete. We'll be back on the 549 Media Network.
At Nias Family Sales, our experienced mechanics are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. With 10 service bays, the service department at Nias Family Sales can work on all makes and models. Our experienced mechanics can do everything from oil changes, tire repairs, brake service, engine and transmission repair, and much more. Schedule your vehicle today. Call 218-346-5976 or visit the Nias Family Sales Service Center at 610 East Main Street in Perham.
Since 1980, more families have trusted Jack Chivers Realty than anyone else in the Lakes area. I'm Blake Olson, the owner of Jack Chivers Realty. Our dedicated agents have a deep understanding of the area.
We live here and our kids go to school here. Let us find the perfect home for you and your family, or lean on our knowledge and marketing to sell your home. Find out how Chivers delivers right here in Perham. Reach out today and start packing. JackChiversRealty.com.
Yellow Jacket baseball in 549 Media. Yellow Jackets trailing Hawley by a score of 2-1 as we enter the top of the second inning. Hawley gets 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave 2. And Carson Zeise will lead things off for the Yellow Jackets in the top of the second. Got a score update in the 5th, I believe. It is Hawley 13, Perham 3, and fast pitch softball action over at Irving Park. His first pitch is flailed out of play. And some activity in the Yellow Jacket bullpen. Could be just getting some work in. Also some trouble. Sleddy delivers. Zeise fouls that one down to left field and out of play as well. He's now behind in the count 0-2.
And again, watching the bullpen, I would use like sneaky fast on Sleddy here. His fastball's not overpowering, but it gets up on you quick just with his delivery.
Goes off speed, back Zeise off the plate.
He's got a little hesitation in his motion too that kind of throws your timing off a little bit as well.
Off speed again, inside, evens the count at 2.
That's a tough pitch to lay off when it's 1-2, and so nice job by Zeise just laying off that one.
Sleddy trying to work the inside part, back Zeise up off the plate again, works the count full. Nice at bat here by Zeise, falling behind 0-2 to fight to get it back to 3-2. On the full count offerings, grounded back up the middle, Sleddy fielding his position, now underhands it over to first for the out. And it's been a thing for the Yellow Jackets in this game is the leadoff batter unable to get on base. Sleddy's done a nice job there. But after that, it's been Gavin Griffin with a triple. Now this time it brings up Braden Anderson.
Sleddy's been really good at mixing his pitches here with off-speed and fastballs.
That one's off the hands to the right side. Hoekstra charges, and PFP works perfectly there on the 3-1 putout, 2 away as Anderson grounds out.
Well, not only is Sleddy throwing strikes, but this could be a quick inning and one of the quickest ones for the Nuggets, and that saves that pitch count you guys have been talking about. I have a feeling Nuggets want him to pitch as long into this game as they can.
First pitch to Urbach is low for a ball. The 1-0 called strike. That will get some comments from the players as that ball is dropped on the strike. It's 1-1. 2 away here in the top of the Yellow Jacket second. Sleddy winds and fires quickly, misses outside for a ball. A 2-1. Checked his swing. Did he go? They're going to say, I believe he did.
Almost sounded like it hit the end of the bat almost. I don't think it was even a full check swing. I think it caught the nub of the bat by the way he reacted on his hands. So 2s across the board on the scoreboard.
Pitch on its way. Swung on and waved it.
Okay, it wasn't 2s across the. It was. But it wasn't.
3-2 is the count. That pitch low for a ball, and Urbach works a walk. Sleddy thought he had strike 3. So the check swing was not as close as we thought it was up here. That'll bring up Tate Zacharias, the right fielder.
It'll be interesting, coach's call here. Wheels in motion usually for the Yellow Jackets.
And they bluff on the steal and swung through for a foul tip into the catcher's glove. 0-1 to the batter, Tate Zacharias. Here's kind of that situation. You get Zacharias to bat, you have the top of the order to lead off the third, so sometimes you don't risk running there as well. Pitch on its way, low for a ball.
It's pretty amazing, even that bluff steal, how it opened up each gap with both the middle infielders covering the bag there.
Usually with that right-handed hitter, you want the shortstop to stay home. Ooh, that one catches enough of the plate for a strike.
I'm sure Drew Ellingson from the dugout is not. He's saying, where was that one last game? But again, new umpire back there. You got to adjust to a new zone.
Well, and it definitely is both wider and deeper for the strike zone here, and you just have to adjust. And again, here's a 1-2 count coming.
Urbach takes off. Pitch just misses outside. They're going to give him the base. We'll give him a defensive indifference on that one. No attempt on the throw. Counts now.
Looked like it might have been a little awkward slide there, and Coach Mulkey is heading out to second base just to kind of take a look at Urbach. I noticed when he went to first, even he was kind of holding on to that leg a little bit. So again, maybe just cramps the way it looks like, or just trying to stretch out that calf a little bit. But
trainer Colton Lehman is at about one of the many events going on today. He's done a great job with all our athletes.
That is for sure, and lots of stuff going on today. And again, that's what you like to see when you're around town. There's cars at every venue right now watching some sort of Yellow Jacket event.
2-2 is now the count. The runner takes second, and that pitch base hit to right field. They're waving Urbach, and the ball's fumbled in right, and a run will score, and the Yellow Jackets have tied it up at 2. Now bring up Alex Bloom. On the RBI base hit for Tate Zacharias has tied it at 2 when Alex Bloom was struck out his first time up, steps up. And there's the counter to White. You get the runner going as Zacharias takes off and Bloom ropes a base hit to left. He will hold. He's wanting the interference.
There was pretty good contact there right in front of the umpire. I'm kind of surprised that wasn't called.
So Yellow Jackets back-to-back hits. And my point was going to be when I talked about why sending Urbach, you get that single from Zacharias drives in the run. And now you get a rally, and now you have Gavin Griffin up and the way he's been stinging the ball. He'll take outside for a ball. Yellow Jackets 2 runs on 4 hits. Hawley 2 runs on 2 hits. Runners at first and second, a 2-out rally for the Yellow Jackets. That one's in there for a strike. Nice pitch there by Sleddy.
And this has been the danger zone for the Nuggets, guys. It just seems like the things roll along pretty well, and then all of a sudden you get a big inning like this.
That one popped to the right field. The Nuggets have them shaded perfectly as Jetvig is underneath it to make the catch. The Yellow Jackets strike, they get a run, and we have a new score after an inning and a half. It is 2-2 here. And we'll take a break.
At the Perham Area Community Center, we have fun for the whole family. Adventureland is open for the littles all year long. Come for open swim and enjoy the pool. Bring it back to the past and try roller skating again Fridays and Sundays. We are now offering an after-school program for kids ages 9 to 12. If you are looking for a fun way to celebrate a birthday, we offer a variety of birthday party options, including pool parties, roller skating, bounce house, and Adventureland. Keep your eyes out for our fun special events on our Facebook page or on our website, permareacommunitycenter.net. Find your fit at the Pack.
Well, welcome back. We head to the bottom of the second. Payne Highness, Anderson Breger, Karambul coming up for the Hawley half in the bottom of the second inning. The Yellow Jackets getting a run of each of their 2 at-bats. So we're tied at 2.
One, I think you're looking for Schumacher here to just come out, throw strikes, get you back in the dugout now that you've tied the game. And, again, there's got to be a little jitters. I mean, you're in your home stadium. You probably haven't pitched that much varsity, so let's see now he's a veteran pitcher, so to speak, and come out here and deal some strikes.
Pitch on its way. That's inside for a ball, and that's been Schumacher's problem early is getting ahead in the count.
Well, I know there's stats out there somewhere, strike 1 versus ball 1, and how dramatically different the batting averages go up, and I should have some of that stuff. Maybe the next time we're on air, I'll deliver some of that stuff, but I just know the better the count, you're going to give yourself a chance to get on base.
Well, and also leadoff walks will haunt. Whenever that leadoff guy usually gets on base, it leads to a run as well.
Free passes always sting, it seems like, in one way or another. You said it in the first game. Those are the type of plays that end up putting up crooked numbers.
Pop to short center. Griffin underneath it. He's camped and makes the catch for the first out. I'll bring up the right fielder, Anderson Breger.
Already 6 hits in this game. I think we ended with 6 hits last game, didn't we?
Exactly, somewhere close to that. And again, it's just you never know in the game of high school.
That one's up high for a ball inside, and you might have been able to pick up the background, the wear it from the Hawley dugout. They're a little more boisterous in this game. And it's now 2-0.
It's the easiest spot to say wear it is when you're standing in the dugout, not the one taking it on a 45-degree day.
The 2-0 grounded to the left side, charging Bloom on the run. Strong throw and a nice play by Alex Bloom. And it's short as he throws across the diamond for the second out.
That's where you love having a 6'3" first baseman to stretch out and get that one for you.
Well, nice job by Bloom as well, getting in front of the ball, getting his feet to set and throw that one on the run. They'll turn it over for Carter Ambule in the top of the Hawley order, who's hit by a pitch his first time up, takes ball one.
Well, we haven't quite seen the Nuggets use his speed to, I'm sure they'd love to get him back on base again and turn him loose a little bit. Good job by Schumacher evening the count here.
He's now retired 4 straight. Goes off speed with that one. It's now 2-1. Just misses outside. 3-1 now the count. A 3-1 low on ball 4. And 2 out walk to Ambule will bring up Brody Headley. Started a rally with a nice single and a run scored in the first.
Seems like from up here when Liam, when his upper half and lower half are in tandem, he's staying on top of the ball and spotting really nice. It seems like sometimes his top half and his bottom half are a little out of sync, and that's where you're seeing some of the wild pitches come, I think.
J.D. McCroskey is now running at first base.
I'm about 0 for 6 in calls today. I think I'm just going to keep my thoughts to myself. Thought they'd want to turn Ambule loose, and here they pitch run for him. So, again, opening day for me as well, but I think I'm batting 0 for 6.
They're just keeping us honest.
Ooh, that one's in there for a strike. That's going to get some comments, I believe, from the Nugget faithful. 0-1.
At least a lot of head shaking going on.
That one's in the dirt. 1-1 the count. As a manager and a former coach, I don't think I'd ever said anything about an umpire strike zone in the dugouts in my time.
I'll plead the 5th.
1-1 the count. A bucket may have flown before, but.
Okay.
The 1-1. That one's lifted. Urbach called for it right away, giving chase, and makes the catch to retire the side. Hawley, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base, and after 2 complete, we're all square at 2 here from Krueger Field on 549 Media.
Hansen's Plumbing and Heating provides the highest quality products and services to ensure the comfort and safety of all their customers. It's what they do. Henry Hansen, later known as Hardware Hank, first opened the family hardware store in the early 1930s in Burgess, Minnesota. Today, they are proud to carry on his legacy of hard work and honesty through teamwork, fellowship, cutting-edge technology, and forward thinking. 218-346-2422 or make a visit in Perham, Burgess, or Detroit Lakes today. Hansen's Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Minnesota families for over 80 years.
Horseman Investments and Insurance can help you with your retirement planning goals and insurance protection needs. Kyle Van Dyke and his team provides educated retirement solutions, wealth management strategies, inheritance and legacy planning, and personalized auto, homeowners, and life insurance protection plans. We are here for your lifelong financial wellness. To set up an appointment, call Kyle Van Dyke at 218-236-6665 or email at kyle.vandyke@horseman.com.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
Welcome back. The pirate ship being played over the airs.
Just getting ready.
Here. Yeah.
Just getting ready.
Ty Rooney, Drew Ellingson, and Ashton Detloff come up for the Yellow Jackets at the top of the third. As we're all tied at 2 to face Tommy Slutty. Yellow Jackets scored a run in each of the first and the second innings. And Rooney, first pitch swinging, follows that one out of play. Good crowd on hand here today, braving the wind.
Yeah, because it's not cold, it's just the wind. That was the argument between innings for those of you following us.
It's a dry cold.
Nice. A nice off-speed pitch there as Slutty gets ahead of 1-2.
As the guy who says it's not cold asked me for a hand warmer.
The 0-2 on its way to Rooney. Backs him up off the plate. It's now 1-2.
You got wear it comment from the head coach over there, Coach Mulcahy. Anyway on. Love it.
The 1-2 swung on and missed. The throw down to first. Offline, but recovering on time to get the out. That was not a lot on that throw.
You can hear Hawley's head coach saying, come on, gentlemen. Call inside or outside. Make the throw.
That's the frustrating one. You get the strikeout, then you almost throw it away. As Drew Ellingson steps up. Singled his first time up.
Nonetheless, Slutty retires a leadoff batter again for the Jackets.
First time that Rooney will go down and they'll dip his average. Counting the error in the last game, that was debatable. As Ellingson puts a charge into that one to deep center field, and that will one-hop the fence. Ellingson into second with the double. A nice rip there by Drew Ellingson as he puts a good swing into that one.
Well, there's nobody on the Yellow Jackets team who coils up more than Ellingson when it comes to hit. It's almost like he's pitching again. He gets that front leg up and follows through right back at the pitcher. When he makes contact, it's got some oomph behind it, and he's put a good lick on the ball a couple times today.
Brings up Ashton Detloff. 0 for 1 in this game. And is ahead in the counts on that one.
A lot of oohs from our end of the grandstand on that one.
That one grounded off the foot of Detloff for a dead ball and evens the count at 1-1. Shadows yet not playing a factor, but they're getting close to where it's that time where they'll be covering home plate. Good thing our shadows won't block the field. That's the fence in front of us. It's 1-1. Slutty steps off.
I don't even know where to go with that one, but I was just going to bring up an actual baseball comment here of Slutty giving up 5 hits is about the same as the last game. He's just done a great job of controlling and giving up those hits at the right time, and then also getting big outs when he needed. Case in point, that last one to Griffin, getting him to fly out, which it was deep, but still a big out and got him out of that inning. So he's doing a great job managing this game right now, but you get a sense he's flirting with danger.
The 1-1 grounded up the middle. Scooped up at second. The throw to first is in time. A big turn at third, but the runner, Ellingson, will hold there. Now we'll bring up Carson Zeise. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to the pitcher last time. That's a big spot. You know Ellington's going to get aggressive secondary lead, so if you're a catcher, you got to work extra hard, keep everything in front of you here, especially in a 2-2 ball game. First pitch in there, first strike. Slutty gets ahead.
And when you've seen so many off-speed pitches, that fastball looks 5 to 6 miles per hour faster than what it really is, and that's when he sneaks it in that corner.
That one, well, you got the batter hopping for saying he got hit.
if you're Zeise, you hold that limp and hang on for a second because they're going to give you a run, I think.
That's what I was just going to say. You don't say too much, and it ends up being a pass ball, and a run will score.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like there's any argument, but boy, his initial reaction sure was, I just took that one off the foot.
And that's where if I'm Hawley, I'm probably coming out saying, hey, look at his reaction.
Or I'm asking for help.
Yeah, you're getting that help and getting that call because instead of a run in, you have first and third. And that one's waved at, evens the count at 2-2. Of course, we don't have the replay capabilities yet.
I like your growth mindset there.
No pun intended there.
Yeah, thank you.
The offering on its way, fouled back and out of play. Now the offering. Backside's out to play, but catches a corner, strike 3 called. Yellowjackets get a double, and they turn it into a run. And after 2.5, they lead 3-2.
I'm Ryan Rusted with United Community Bank. United Community Bank has served the Lakes area since 1911. We're proud that you, your grandparents, your kids, and your grandkids have chosen UCB. We know the power of a smile and a handshake. Perham, Dent, Frazee, those are our communities. And United Community Bank is our bank.
Hi, my name's Wally Anderson. I've been at Tuffy's for 3 years at the warehouse. I just recently bought a Panoptics. It's like an underwater camera. Saved my profit sharing checks for it, and I purchased it, and I can't really wait to use it this winter go ice fishing. KLM's got a better health insurance. Their profit sharing checks, it's a huge difference. It's bar none by far the best company to come work for.
It's something new every day, some different stuff to do. It's not the same monotonous thing over and over again.
Everybody works together, everybody knows everybody, you know, we all get along just well. It's just a great company to work with.
It's like a big family here. It's just everybody gets along with everybody and everybody clicks. Everybody just helps everybody out. And it's a pretty awesome job to have.
Well, welcome back. New pitcher for the Yellowjackets. Joe Yacker towing the rubber now. Liam Schumacher goes 2 innings. 2 runs on 2 hits. Hit a batter or 2 and walked 1. Tommy Sleddy will lead off. Schumacher struck out 1 as well to his line. Sleddy leads off the Hawley half of the third. He was hit by a pitch and scored. Joe Ecker delivers upstairs for a ball. So I think we have a chance. We got to discuss that last inning. That pitch misses outside for a ball. And it's just kind of surprising. You get the runner at third base, the left-handed batter up to bat. He gets hit in the foot. His reaction and everything, and there it just was not a discussion anywhere. And that one's a strike. As it's now 2-1. You kind of wonder a little bit if the angle of the dugout over here, they didn't think of anything or didn't say anything. But normally you'd think in one of those spots, you'd just have to ask and have the umpires at least discuss that pitch is in there for a strike to make it 2-2.
It almost seemed like the catcher hesitated as well to go get that pass ball. And, yeah, just odd. Just very odd.
It ends up leading to a Yellow Jacket run. And that's a nice pitch there as Sleddy swings through that one as Ecker gets his first strikeout of the game.
My first thought, Jason, was probably our shadows got in the way of that call. So I'm pretty sure that's the reason why nobody moved. But I'll let that one go after this one.
And now we're going to have a wristband change. The umpire is making Making Ecker take his wristband off. That now will bring up Owen Becker. One away in the bottom of the third. That pitch called strike, and Ecker working ahead.
We're throwing around hand warmers like they're rosin bags up here.
That one off the hands to the right side. Anderson scoops it up, throws across in time to retire the batter Becker for the second out here in the Hawley third.
Yeah, nice job by Ecker coming in, throwing strikes. Nice to have a lefty come in as well, so you can use that righty-lefty. So getting him some good innings here tonight will set up that bullpen situation for the Yellow Jackets and put them in a nice position.
Dylan Hoekstra now batting. He singled in a run in the first inning. Hawley scored 2 in the first. But have been held scoreless since as Ecker delivers. That one's in there for a strike. Ecker working quickly on the third base side of the rubber and gets ahead with the pitch there is the batter Becker, or Hoekstra, chased.
When you're seeing the key of throwing strikes early, then you get away with that outside pitch a little bit and get him swinging because he's been pounding that strike zone.
Line drive left field. Nice catch coming in by Zeise to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for Hawley in the third, and after 3 complete, the Yellow Jackets lead 3-2.
McCall Construction is the Lakes area full-service construction management company, offering a truly personalized experience. From dream homes to commercial spaces, McCall Construction focuses on putting you first with experienced value engineering that delivers on your vision and surpasses your expectations. Whether you already have a plan or you're just getting started, give them a call. McCall Construction will make the entire process so much easier. Call them at 218-346-7070 or check them out on Facebook.
Welcome back here to Al Krueger Field. We thank you for tuning in. 549 Media's coverage of Yellow Jacket baseball. As we head to the top of the fourth, Braden Anderson, Seth Zacharias. The Yellow Jackets threw up, and Anderson fouls that one back and out of play. Yellow Jackets 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Hawley 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. On your Otter Tail Power Company scoreboard. Anderson fouls that one back and out of play, and it's quickly 0-2.
For an early game, this has been well played, quickly played. Pitchers are had their issues a little bit, but for the most part throwing strikes and keeping this game moving right along.
A pitch lofted to right field, coming in Bagger, and it will drop for a base hit for Braden Anderson. As Anderson, good piece of 2-strike hitting with the base hit to right. Brings up Seth Urbach.
And as my old baseball coach would say, he couldn't have thrown it in a better spot. And again, like you said, Jason, good 2-strike hit and shortened up his stride and just punched it right into right field.
Urbach walked and scored in the second. Now shows bunt, pulls back. That misses outside for a ball. got that defensive indifference, and then Tate Zacharias drove him in with a base hit to right with 2 away. Shows bunt again, pulls back. That one's in there for a strike.
You can see the shadows you talked about in all seriousness now creeping over. It won't be long. It'll be over home plate.
Auerbach pulls the bat back, draws the third baseman in, and the pitch misses outside for a ball, 2-1.
As a former third baseman, Jesse, nothing worse than that feeling when you creep all the way in and then you realize he's no longer in bunting position.
Yeah, it definitely makes you think about bailing into foul territory quick, that's for sure.
Now Sleddy behind, 3-1. Urbach head in the count. Anderson short lead at first. Off speed in there for a strike. They punched him out on strike 2. Day 1 for everyone here at Krueger Field. And the count now full. The 3-2 swung on, fouled straight back into the netting. We'll do it all over again. Anderson not the fastest of foot coming off that knee injury, so you don't really expect him to be running on this pitch. He's in a short lead. And he takes off. And swung on and missed by Urbach to get the strikeout. Anderson gets second. So there's my announcer jinx. Incorrect call there.
You got 5 more to catch up to me, Jason, so you're in good standing.
That'll bring up Tate Zacharias. Singled in a run last inning, or 2 innings ago. Anderson now at second. Zacharias takes that one outside and low for a ball.
Really working that outside, off-speed, curveball type slider pitch, Jason. And again, it's getting the Yellow Jackets out on their front foot just a little bit.
Pitch is low for a ball, now 2-0.
You can tell Sleddy knows what he's doing. He's diving outside with that off-speed. Then he tries to bust you inside off the hands on a cold day with his fastball. And it's worked well for him up to this point.
Anderson with the nice lead at second. The 2-0 catches the outside corner for a strike.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him go back inside now. That's kind of been his MO here. So get your hands ready, get that bat out there, and get a quick turn on this.
Swung and waved at there. Now evens the count at 2-2. Again, Heart of the Lakes Conference is expanded this year, which has also played a role in this baseball schedule. Yellow Jackets 16 conference games. You only now pick up 4 non-conference. And that's swung on and waved at by Zacharias, and he's down on strikes. The Yellow Jackets have already played 2 of those non-conference games. Alex Bloom coming up here in the 4th. That was the 5th strikeout for Sleddy. Trying to leave the runner at second. And Bloom waves at that one. Bloom is a strikeout victim in the 1st and a single in the 2nd.
Well, if you've ever seen someone's confidence build in front of your eyes, I see that with Sleddy feeling confident with all of his pitches right now.
That one waved at Bloom. Vicious cut there, and he swings through that one. He was looking for the greenhouse in left field.
Yeah, his head was pointing that direction, and his bat followed him, and again, that off-speed curveball just got him out front.
Sleddy taking a couple of looks. Now the 0-2, swung, grounded left side. Nice scoop up at third by Becker, and the throw across the diamond in time to retire the side. Nice job there by Becker at third on the throw across the diamond. And we head to the bottom of the 4th. The Yellow Jackets leading 3-2.
This year, United Community Bank wants to welcome you home. If you close on a new home or land purchase with United Community Bank before December 15th, you'll earn a $500 gift to a local business. Welcome home from your friends at UCB. Terms and conditions apply. Learn more at ucbankmn.com. United Community Bank, Perham, Frazee, Dent. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. NMLS number 421829.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
Welcome back to Krueger Field. Jason Groth with Lance Rock and Jesse Hine bringing you all the shots as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Hawley trailing the Yellowjackets by a score of 3-2. Joey Hecker on for a second inning of work. Facing White, Jetvig, first pitch swing, ground ball left side, scooped up by Erbach. The throw across is errant. That allows the runner to advance in the air, puts a runner at second. So the errant throw pulls Detloff out the bag and allows Jetvig to get to second base in scoring position for Eli Straswell, who was a strikeout victim his first time up in the first.
Now it's interesting. So do you bunt the ball here? I know the runner's technically in scoring position, but when you have a batter who's already struck out, do you just put the ball in play and hope good things happen for you like just did? So let's see what they do here.
Turns to bunt, lays it down, and then a very nice bunt. Ucker picks it up, has no play. Nice call, Lance, and a beautiful bunt there for Hawley. For Straswell, runners at the corners.
Yeah, in that situation, anytime your pitcher's got to cover that distance, that's tough to gather yourself and make a play either at third or first. So beautiful bunt by Hawley.
Well, he couldn't have rolled it into a better spot. Now the Yellowjackets will probably play up on the corners, back for the double play. You know that they're not done hitting, so they're going to come back. But look for them to get an out, and this is a good spot for Ecker to just kind of prove his worth here.
First pitch in the first strike. He gets ahead of the batter, Peyton Hines. Hines flew off to center field last time up.
It's always interesting in this first and third situation with a left-handed pitcher. You know, can you pause up there and get him leaning one way or another? But it doesn't look like there's any movement yet from Hawley.
That one misses inside, 1-1 the count.
I almost wonder delay steal. You know, it's one of those things that you work on probably too early in the season maybe, but after he pitches, trying to get that run home.
Ground ball chopped back to the mound. The only play is to first. Advances the runner with one away. Now runners at second and third.
Works just kind of like a bunt there, but I was going back to that delay steal. Sometimes I like that you put the pressure on the defense. You either try to throw them out or you give them the base, and if you try to throw them out, you might be able to sneak that runner home and get that tying run.
Infield up for the Yellowjackets. Anderson Brager grounded out to short his last time up. Runners at second and third. And that was solid. Ooh. And you could hear that one as that hit Brager right off the knee. And the bases are full.
Yeah, and again, I think we're going to take a little time here. That one you could hear from all the way up here with the headsets on, so it just caught him square, and he's trying to walk it off. But again, a tough one.
That one hurts on a warm day.
Exactly.
I think we have this meeting on the mound. We'll take a quick timeout.
It's something new every day, some different stuff to do. It's not the same monotonous thing over and over again.
Everybody works together, everybody knows everybody, you know, we all get along just well. It's just a great company to work with.
It's like a big family here. It's just everybody gets along with everybody and everybody clicks. Everybody just helps everybody out. And it's a pretty awesome job to have.
Bases full, the meeting over. Carter Ambule up. And he takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Ambule on the day was hit in the first. He walked in the second and has a chance to tie the game or give Hawley a bigger lead with this at bat here. It's 3-2 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Ecker delivers that pitch in there for a strike. Ecker works back after falling behind.
Boy, big, it doesn't need to be said, but big spot in the game here for Ecker, and gets to go back from the windup, and again, big leads for the Nuggets.
That pitch in there for a strike, and now Ecker ahead 1-2 on Ambule. You're right, Lance. Those are very big leads, so anything in the gap would clear the bases, but Yellow Jackets do have speed in the outfield. The 1-2. Swung and waved at. Now the throw behind the runner at first. The tag. He's out in a double play. And the Yellow Jackets strike him out, throw him out in the rally.
Wow, what a great job by Ty Rooney. Snap throwing, and Ashton Detloff being ready for the tag over there. That's just good timing, and great timing in the sense of getting out of a big jam. So nice job, Yellow Jackets.
We'll take a break. Yellow Jackets lead 3-2.
I'm Ryan Rusted with United Community Bank. United Community Bank has served the Lakes area since 1911. We're proud that you, your grandparents, your kids, and your grandkids have chosen UCB. We know the power of a smile and a handshake. Perham, Dent, Frazee, those are our communities. And United Community Bank is our bank.
Horseman Investments and Insurance can help you with your retirement planning goals and insurance protection needs. Kyle Van Dyke and his team provides educated retirement solutions, wealth management strategies, inheritance and legacy planning, and personalized auto, homeowners, and life insurance protection plans. We are here for your lifelong financial wellness. To set up an appointment, call Kyle Van Dyke at 218-236-6665 or email at kyle.vandyke@horseman.com.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
Well, welcome back. Nice strike him out, throw him out, double play by the Yellow Jackets. Gets him out of a bases loaded jam. Ty Rooney, great throw to Ashton Detloff to snap the tag on at first. As Lance, you said, they were getting some big leads in there. The Yellow Jackets had to play on.
Right, and it's one of those things we talked about in between the break here. You don't really need that big a lead at first. You're probably not scoring unless it's one of those things, and why get thrown out? And here's a
towering flying ball to center field out the bend of Gavin Griffin, hauled in by Jetvig in center. And Griffin now is 1 for 3 on the day with 2 flyouts and a triple. I'll bring up Ty Rooney. And Sleddy has kind of settled in a little bit, worked in and out of trouble, but has done a nice job.
Yeah, he scattered those 6 hits, and he's mixed his pitches really well.
Rooney back up the box and 2 away.
And a quick inning here, I'm sure, would not disappoint the Hawley Nuggets in keeping Sleddy on the mound for as long as you can, the way he's dealing right now.
And that'll bring up Drew Ellingson, who's become the toughest out for the Yellow Jackets today. A single in the first, a double in the third, and a run scored.
I don't know if you can catch that front leg in our camera angle, but watch him coil up here. He puts the whole dollar into this.
Swing on, lifted to center field. Jetvig calling for it, and a quick 1-2-3 inning, and the Nuggets, with some momentum and some fire, will come to the bat in the bottom of the 5th.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. even during the unpredictability of the pandemic. The nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
Yes, garbage is gross, but here at Steve's Sanitation, we are your trash experts with experience to back it up. At Steve's Sanitation, we know how to schedule your trash pickups without missing a beat, and we have been doing it for over 30 years in Perham and the Lakes area. Steve's Sanitation has been voted the best garbage service in the Lakes area since 2019. With 30 dedicated employees, we're here to take care of your trash. For more information, call us at 218-346-4834 or visit our website at stevesanitation.com.
Hansen's Plumbing and Heating provides the highest quality products and services to ensure the comfort and safety of all their customers. It's what they do. Henry Hansen, later known as Hardware Hank, first opened the family hardware store in the early 1930s in Burgess, Minnesota. Today, they are proud to carry on his legacy of hard work and honesty through teamwork, fellowship, cutting-edge technology, and forward thinking. 218-346-2422 or make a visit in Perham, Burgess, or Detroit Lakes today. Hansen's Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Minnesota families for over 80 years.
Welcome back here to Krueger Field. We thank you for tuning in here on the 549 Media Network. As the Yellowjackets lead by a score of 3-2. We head to the Perham half, or the Hawley half, of the fifth inning. Brody Hadley, Tommy Sleddy, and Becker due up after Sleddy just put up a quick 0.
And I can't remember if we talked about this or not, but these double headers, home team is the home team for the first one. Second one, it flips around, so it saves travel. So Hawley is actually your home team for this second part of the double header today.
That could lead to a fun debate amongst people on should they switch or flip-flop, but that is an HOL tradition.
I never liked it.
I am right there with you. As that one swung through?
Well, then I must have to like it because one of the three of us has to start an argument up here somehow.
To me, if you're hosting, you should be hosting as a home team for both games. And flip that back and forth every year. That one swung on a big cut there by Hadley, who's 1 for 2 on the afternoon. I love the double headers, don't get me wrong. I just don't think you should flip-flop just because that situation, the conference rule. As Ecker works quickly, it's now 2-2.
What was the situation that the section championship was last year, where we were technically the away team, but we were the 1 seed?
I can't fully understand or remember the exact ruling on that.
It was a coin flip, wasn't it?
I believe it was a coin flip for that second game.
Sure.
Because they're technically considered 1-1 at that point.
I suppose.
The 3-2 backs him off, and it's ball 4. And again, I could be wrong on my recollection on that one.
Yeah, I'm not real sharp on it either. I just remember kind of having a few question marks about that.
And it's been a discussion in the section for years because there's been a couple of section final games where the Yellowjackets or whoever were the number 1 seed and you get in that if necessary game and how it should be determined. Tommy Sleddy steps up. He was hit by a pitch in the first, struck out in the third. Takes strike 1 from Ecker right there.
I think at the end of the day, you're never going to be able to please everybody.
And you still have to find a way to get the outs and lead at the end of the 7th or extras. Either way. And that one's inside for ball. Gets away, but Rooney was quick. Sometimes there's some coaches that do like batting first to put the pressure on right away in that first inning too. Ecker takes a look at the runner at first and delivers. Swung on and waved at there. A big cut there by Sleddy. It's now 1-2. Number 3 hitter in the order. The leadoff guy at first, not really thinking bunt, but you'd like to see Sleddy put the ball in play against Ecker. Does that. Could be a double play ball. Bloom to Anderson for 1. The throw to first, not in time. Gets away, but Rooney's there backing up.
Great job by Ty Rooney backing that up. Just the little things in baseball that you don't always think about that go a long ways.
That will bring up Owen Becker. Reach on the fielder's choice and ground it out in the third.
Well, this just kind of goes to show how well Ellingson pitched in the first, the opening part of this doubleheader, guys. Is boy, Hawley's put some pressure on the Yellow Jackets, and they're making contact now. And they really didn't have many good swings on Drew Ellingson, so it just shows you the caliber of pitcher that Ellingson really is.
Becker falls behind Becker. This is a Hawley team that put up 15 runs in their first game, too, against Breckenridge. And that one's chopped and foul, according to Minnesota Baseball Hub.
Again, I think if somehow the Nuggets tie this score up, I think you're going to see this dugout erupt. They really are. They're into this game, and I think they feel that sense that they could maybe steal one here from the Jackets.
Chops to Urbach, slips. Runner gets caught off base. The throw back, getting back in time was Sleddy. Now runners at first and second. That was one of those no-man land type of plays with your left-handed pitcher falling off that way to get the ball, and Urbach comes in charging. I don't think even if he fields that cleanly, he has a play.
Yeah, you pretty much have one opportunity if you want a chance at all to make that play, and any bobble or any unsure footing makes that difference.
Well, I disagree with another scoreboard call there. So they give the Yellow Jackets an error on that one.
You know, the swinging bunt type situation is tough anywhere because your initial is to kind of sit where you are or take a step back even. Figuring at third it's coming hard, and then to regroup and regather, that's a tough play no matter what.
Leo 1. Oh, 4-ball.
Again, we're seeing some warm-up again in the bullpen a little bit, maybe for the Yellow Jackets. Nothing happening on the Hawley side, so I'm guessing Sleddy's in, and why wouldn't he? He has been on a groove for the Nuggets.
Nice pitch there by Ecker.
You know, through all the different things, Ecker just keeps firing strikes, and that's half the battle sometimes.
Takes a look in, delivers. Check swing, ground to the right side. Anderson charges. His only play is first and gets the out. Now the throw to third, back, but sliding in safety is Sleddy.
You know, some people will say, why throw it all the way across the diamond? But I know those guys practice those snap throws all the time in practice when they're taking infield, and those extra throws, catching a guy leaning one way can make a difference and get you out of a jam.
Well, and having Detloff at first, probably arguably one of your better arms, and you know he's confident in everything that he's doing out there. So again, it is a high risk, but sometimes a high reward, and I think we're going to have intentional walk to load the bases here.
Jedvig's hit the ball hard, is intentionally walked. They will take their chances against Eli Straswell, who struck out and singled his last time up. Bases loaded, force out anywhere, 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Sacker delivers. In there for a strike, he gets ahead. Big moment here for Ecker and the Yellow Jackets, as well as Straswell at the plate for Hawley. Ecker working from the full, comes to the plate, misses inside, evens the count at 1.
Again, I'd be surprised if you see anything but Ecker rearing back here and letting that fastball fly. It seemed like he's got good velocity right now, and it's tough for Hawley to catch up.
1-1 outside, and it's now 2-1. Ecker wipes his hand off, now gets a sign from Rooney. Comes to the plate, grounded off the hand to the right side. Anderson charging, has plenty of time, fires it to Detloff. And once again, the Yellow Jackets work out of a bases loaded jam, and after 5 complete, they lead 3-2.
At the Perham Area Community Center, we have something for everyone. Let us help you reach your fitness goals, connect with others, or just have a little fun. We offer a state-of-the-art weight room, weight resistance and cardio machines, and inspiring spin studio. If walking is your preference, our walking track is just the thing for you. We have over 20 fitness classes offered weekly. Yoga, Zabit, Strength, and Senior Fit, those are just a few. Our aquatic center is equipped with a 6-lane lap pool, kiddie pool, and water slide. Adults can relax in the sauna and hot tub. We also offer water fitness classes and open swim for the family. Find your fit at the Pack. We'd love to have you here.
At Nias Family Sales, our experienced mechanics are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. With 10 service bays, the service department at Nias Family Sales can work on all makes and models. Our experienced mechanics can do everything from oil changes, tire repairs, brake service, engine and transmission repair, and much more. Schedule your vehicle today. Call 218-346-5976 or visit the Nias Family Sales Service Center at 610 East Main Street in Perham.
Welcome back to the top of the 6 here on 549 Media. Ashton Detloff, Carson Zeise, Brandon Anderson do up for the Yellow Jackets as they lead 3-2. Facing Tommy Slenny, who's on for his 6th inning of work. And just misses inside to Detloff to the lefty.
Well, I think Sleddy's gotten stronger as the game has gone on here. You wonder how long that can last. He's got to be going extended innings right now.
Detloff, big cut there, fouls that one off towards the Hawley dugout. Sleddy's retired 6 straight batters since a single by Braden Anderson in the 4th.
Although he did have a couple really quick innings, not only 1, 2, 3, but on like 5, 6 pitches. So that probably saved him into this 6th inning.
Especially that last inning where I think it was only 4 pitches. Detloff, big cut there, now falls behind 1-2.
He's just mixing it so well, and I know I'm probably beating the drum of the same thing, but it's been impressive to watch, and it doesn't come at the same time. It's at different counts he's throwing curves and fastballs.
Detloff fights that one into left center field for a base hit. A nice piece of 2-1 hitting there by Ashton Detloff for a Yellow Jacket single. That'll bring up Carson Zeise 0 for 2 on the day.
Well, and it breaks a string, I think, of the Yellow Jackets. Jesse, you brought that up, struggling to get that leadoff batter on.
Yeah, for sure makes a big difference now. With nobody out, you have lots of options to move runners over and do what you do best.
Zeise throws bunt, shows bunt. The pitch is behind him. Goes to the backstop. Detloff takes a big turn at second. Still turning. No one really covering behind him. He'll go to second on the pass ball.
Looks like Alex Bloom getting a little work in the bullpen, whether he's coming in maybe to close her down or just getting a little work, but I imagine to get ready just in case.
Zeise showing bunt again. Bunts to the first base side. He gets tagged out. Or did he? No, he didn't. They missed the tag. Holly's saying he's out of the baseline. Zeise's on first. Now the Zeise gets a base hit on that. On a bunt single by Zeise, Hawley thought he went out of the baseline to get tagged. And now runners are at the corners for Braden Anderson. Zeise takes off on the first pitch. Pitch is upstairs, caught by the catcher. And ends up being a stolen base for Zeise. Now the infield comes up.
Well, and you kind of wondered some of the same strategy. Do you walk, load the bases, get that force? It looks like they're going to pitch, try to cut that runner off if there is a ground ball.
Anderson couldn't hold. A strike there. It's 1-1. Slenny takes a long look in. He delivers. That one's popped up. To left to center field, it's got the throw coming in. The throw to the plate, not in time. Detloff scores, and the Yellow Jackets add to the lead on the sacrifice fly by Braden Anderson.
Just a good job of Jackets moving the runners around and doing what they need to do to put another run on the board.
Well, and the way Sleddy's been pitching, that's a huge run here in the top of the sixth, just to extend that lead just a little bit.
That brings up Seth Urbach. Walked, scored, and struck out in his 2 appearances. Slenny from the stretch. The runner still at second. That pitch lifted to center field. Jetvig makes the catch. The runner tags the throw to third. Not in time. And a head first slide into third for Carson Zeise. Has him 90 feet away after the fly ball by Urbach. Now bring up Tate Zacharias with an RBI single in the second. He struck out in the fourth.
Big spot here for Zacharias, that adding that, I don't know, but getting up by 3 runs always feels a lot better to me than, 2 you can give up just by errors and a few bad things happening, but it's tough to give up 3. So let's see if we can get this run in.
Zacharias pops that one up on the infield. Hadley makes the catch to retire the side, but the Yellow Jackets tack on another run. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Yellow Jackets lead 4-2.
Since 1980, more families have trusted Jack Chivers Realty than anyone else in the Lakes area. I'm Blake Olson, the owner of Jack Chivers Realty. Our dedicated agents have a deep understanding of the area.
We live here, and our kids go to school here. Let us find the perfect home for you and your family, or lean on our knowledge and marketing to sell your home. Find out how Chivers delivers right here in Perham. Reach out today and start packing. JackChiversRealty.com.
Hilltop Lumber on Main Street Ottertail is your #1 stop to find building supplies for residential and commercial projects. From the initial idea to final completion of your project, at Hilltop Lumber, we help plan, supply, and deliver dreams. Check out Hilltop Lumber's Marvin Showcase Center and huge supply of carpeting and floor coverings, as well as hardware and lawn care for your everyday needs. See you at Hilltop Lumber Ottertail.
Energy-efficient technologies have the power to connect us all, so we can save more than ever before. Evolve and make choices that are smart. For you. For them. And for all of us. Because with energy-efficient technologies, we can connect to a better, smarter home.
Welcome back. Hawley Nuggets coming up to plate. Peyton Hines, Anderson Breger in the top of the order, and Carter Ambuel due up for the Nuggets here in their half of the 6th inning. Becker back on for his 4th inning of work. And he's done a nice job in relief of Liam Schumacher. That one's in there for a strike. And for the Yellow Jackets, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just going to say, and he'd be the pitcher of record, correct, Jason, if this continues on for the Jackets?
Correct, since it was 2-2 when he came into the game. And if they have that new rule now, depending on how many pitchers you use, and you can, as an official scorer, determine who the pitcher of record is. But he came in a tie game and has since shut the door, and the Yellow Jackets have taken the lead, so he would get the W if it holds.
Let's put a lot of goose eggs up on this board here for the Yellow Jackets.
A nice pitch there, gets a swing and a miss. Rooney inside, fires to Detloff for the 2-3 putout on the strikeout.
Pretty interesting. We talked about the shadows earlier, and now you can see left fielder Carson Zeise and third baseman Seth Urbach kind of shielding their face from the sun right now. And this is the golden hour over in the left side of the field because it's tough over there.
Branger 0 for 1 on the afternoon. He was hit by a pitch in the fourth. Grounded out in the second. Takes ball 1 from Ecker there. Yellowjackets 4 runs, on 8 hits, 2 errors, 2 runs on 3 hits for Hawley, no errors.
To say, he almost wore another one there off the elbow.
Takes 2-0 there. And you're on the Channel Power Company scoreboard. Make sure to stay tuned. Quick post-game show. We'll name our player of the game. Brought to you by Steve Sanitation. As the 2-0 swung on, foul back. Branger with a big cut there. Trying to find a way to get the leadoff or the guy on base with 1 out to turn it over for the top side. Carter Ambule on deck. That one's in the dirt, and it's now 3-1.
When you kind of, the way Hawley's offense has been today, guys, I think they're going to have to manufacture these runs, meaning you take a base however you can get a base, and it might be one of those where it's a walk, hit batsman, and the like to get them back into scoring position.
A walk to the number 9 batter. Branger turns it over to the top of the order for Carter Ambule, who was hit by a pitch. He walked and struck out. Kind of done a little bit of everything at the plate today except for put the ball in play. And he does that on the first pitch. Hits a line drive, base hit, no one covering two as Griffin was coming in. As that one drops in front of him and a base hit for Ambule, and Hawley now has something going here in the 6th.
And they might have had a shot at second if one of them, both of them kind of went out for the cut. Again, those are the little things you work out. Now we're going to have a trip to the mound here by Coach Mulkey.
I believe we're going to have a call to the bullpen. It will be Alex Bloom coming in to pitch, and we'll take a break and come back.
At New Horizons Realty, we're on your team. For over 25 years, we've been helping families and businesses find the perfect place to call home here in the Lakes area. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or just dreaming, we've got the experience and local knowledge to guide you through every step of your real estate journey. As proud supporters of the Perham Yellowjackets, we believe in building strong teams on the mat, court, or field, and in the community. Check out our current listings at PerhamRealEstate.com or give us a call today at 218-346-7767.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Welcome back. Alex Bloom on in relief. Joey Ecker. Ecker right now has gone 3 1/3, 2 hits. He's walked 3, struck out 3, and he's responsible for the runners at first and second. A safe situation now for Alex Bloom. Liam Schumacher will go to short. Bloom to the mound. And the change is Ecker, as Schumacher was DH for. So that won't affect anything there. One away brings up Brody Hadley. Singled and scored in the first. Lined out to third in the second and walked the fifth.
Again, a big spot here for Bloom. Again, Hawley just kind of sticking around in this second one, and again, they're one really big hit away from putting a lot of pressure on the Yellowjackets.
Bloom's first pitch in there for a strike. As Alex Bloom gets ahead, a nice fastball there. And that's the key. Runners on first and second, getting ahead of strike one. Takes a look in. That pitch low. Rooney does a nice job on that one. It's 1-1.
And again, we saw Bloom warming up in the bullpen, so you know he had his chance to warm up. He's not coming in here cold. So, again, throwing strikes, I think, is the key, like you said, Jason, just to get us out of this inning.
Pitch on its way, off speed inside for a ball. Now 2-1. So he backs up Hadley. Sleddy on deck. So for 2. But he's reached base twice. Bloom the 2-1. That catches the corner for a strike. Nice job, Ty Rooney. I think brought that one back into the strike zone. Especially it looked low and he brought it up with the glove. Changed the eye level there, and it's now 2-2. Off-speed pitch misses outside for a ball, and now it's full.
Really good pitch there by Alex. Just tough to lay off with 2 strikes especially, but
3-2, 1 away. Bloom delivers. That pitch swung on and waved at Hadley. Down on strikes. Throw down to first. Not in time. A close play. Sliding back into first was Ambule.
I think that was a little closer than Hawley bench was hoping for there. I know almost looked closer than the last one, I thought.
Well, and I think it's one of those things that they're going to put in their arsenal for practices. We need to get back after something happens. That's just not an out you can give away at this point.
First pitch in there for a strike to Sleddy. And you had a bases loaded rally come to an end because of a strikeout thrown out double play earlier in the game as well.
Yeah, that was a big play in this one. It's a 4-2.
Tough pitch there. Gets away. Runners at second and third now. The off-speed pitch in the dirt. Nothing Rooney could do on that one. The wild pitch will move the runners up.
Well, and there's still 2 outs, so you just got to get the out. The only pressure it puts on is now you got to go to first, where you had maybe some easy plays if it's hit in a gap or in the hole somewhere, you could go to second or third. Now you have to go across the diamond to get that out. So Yellowjackets sewing that all up together as the infield's talking, and again, you got to come back and throw strikes.
That one's outside and high for a ball. It's now 2-1. Alex Bloom working from the stretch and delivers. Sleddy, big cut into that one on the right side. Detloff giving chase. Detloff has room and makes the catch to retire the side. Hawley threatens. They do not score. After 6 complete, the Yellowjackets lead 4-2.
Since 1980, more families have trusted Jack Chivers Realty than anyone else in the Lakes area. I'm Blake Olson, the owner of Jack Chivers Realty. Our dedicated agents have a deep understanding of the area.
We live here, and our kids go to school here. Let us find the perfect home for you and your family, or lean on our knowledge and marketing to sell your home. Find out how Chivers delivers right here in Perham. Reach out today and start packing. JackChiversRealty.com.
It's not necessary to build your business in Perham, Minnesota to be successful. But it sure does help. Hammers Construction, your vision, our team.
Hey, it's Tucker again, did you know? EOT Insurance Agency.
This year, United Community Bank wants to welcome you home. If you close on a new home or land purchase with United Community Bank before December 15th, you'll earn a $500 gift to a local business. Welcome home from your friends at UCB. Terms and conditions apply. Learn more at ucbankmn.com. United Community Bank, Perham, Frazee, Dent. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. NMLS number 421829.
We head to the top of the 7th. Alex Bloom, Gavin Griffin, Ty Rooney do up against Tommy Sleddy, who's on for the complete game as he delivers, and Bloom swings through that one, falls behind 0-1. Sleddy, in the terms of the media biz, is one of those tough luck outings right now for him. He's done a nice job. Giving up just the 4 runs. As Bloom out in front of that one, waves through, and it's now 0-2.
Well, yeah, and arguably, preseason, you're talking about one of the top teams in Heart of the Lakes, plus the section in Perham, and down 4-2, and really a couple key hits here or there, and Hawley's really in this one.
Ground ball to third, scooped up, the throw across the diamonds in time to retire Bloom. As Owen Becker makes the play across the diamond.
Well, Sleddy's the type of kid, and I know this is really early as it's our first broadcast and I'm in a stocking hat and in a winter jacket, but I don't think you want to see him in the section tournament. He mixes the pitches well. He's stayed ahead of the hitters. He's going to be one of those that is going to scare some teams when it comes section playoff time.
I'll bring up Gavin Griffin. 1 for 3 with a triple and 2 flyouts. Takes upstairs for a ball.
Seems like as the day's gone on, Alex Bloom and Gavin Griffin have gotten more and more off speed.
Yeah, they're not knee-high fastballs right now. Everything is location, inside, outside, trying to move back and forth on the plate, not letting either guy really extend his hands quite yet.
The 1-1 offering. That one's outside and low. Now 2-1 to Griffin, who's plated shaded to hit the ball to the right center gap. Good hole in left center for him. That pitch is a strike, and as the ball gets away from the catcher, that's always one of the most frustrating things for a batter to see that it's called a strike. And it's 2-2.
Well, and yes, but it was hard to argue that one. I mean, it looked like it hit the outside of the corner, and there's a nice off-speed pitch.
And Griffin goes down on strikes. Sleddy gets the strikeout, 2 away, and brings up Ty Rooney. 0 for 2 on the afternoon with the sac fly in the first.
And again, the impressive thing, and I feel like we talk about him, but he's probably deserving of his Sleddy, is it hasn't changed throughout the whole game. Haven't seen him waver from his approaches. Here's a fastball.
That one's lofted to left field. Left fielder making a long run, and Peyton Highness is able to track it down to retire the Yellow Jackets in order. We head to the bottom of the 7th. The Yellow Jackets lead 4-2.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
We take pride in what we send out. When you open a bag of licorice, you want that licorice to look good, you want that licorice to taste good. We work for you. We take pride in what we're making and what we are offering. It is so important to me. I do thank KLM from the bottom of my heart. They believe you and your family is important.
McCall Construction is the Lakes area full-service construction management company, offering a truly personalized experience. From dream homes to commercial spaces, McCall Construction focuses on putting you first with experienced value engineering that delivers on your vision and surpasses your expectations. Whether you already have a plan or you're just getting started, give them a call. McCall Construction will make the entire process so much easier. Call them at 218-346-7070 or check them out on Facebook.
Welcome back. We head to the 7th. Hawley We'll have Owen Becker, Dylan Hoekstra, and Wyatt Gentvig coming up against Alex Bloom, who's trying to get the save in relief of Joey Ecker. And the first pitch on its way, swung on and waved at, a big cut there by Becker. And the old school mentality of taking a strike when you're trailing by a run or two has definitely changed in the last few years. That one misses outside as Bloom tries to pump a fastball on the corner.
Yeah, that's another one that's tough to stand behind sometimes because you might only see one good one, but I get it in both directions.
I think there's that argument right there. When you see that first strike, and that's a beauty. You're not going to see many like that after that. So that pitch outside and low for a ball. It's now 2-2, and I was notorious in my playing days a first pitch swinger. So
Ty Rooney working really hard back there, keeping everything in front, doing a good job.
And Bloom just says, swing at this one. If you can hit it, good for you. If not, you're going back to the dugout, and that's a strikeout there for Alex Bloom as he humped up on that one. He's got 2 strikeouts now as we head to Dylan Hoekstra, who is 1 for 3 on the day with the base hit and RBI.
Well, it's been fun to watch all the relief pitchers for Perham. Their second inning in, they've really settled in and been more confident. And again, I think it's just getting on the mound and doing things. And just as I say that, your non-announcer jinx happens again as off-speed pitch hits the backside of the Nuggets.
And the unfortunate thing there for the Yellowjacks, now you have the tying run up to the plate no matter what. As Wyatt Gentvig steps in, he's 0 for 1. He hit a sac fly in the first. He reached on an error in the fourth and was intentionally walked in the fifth. As Bloom sets and delivers, that pitch is low, gets away from Rooney. Now that allows Hoekstra to advance to second. And took away a comment I was just going to make about the way the Yellowjackets have been able to keep the the runners close on the bank because of Ty Rooney's arm. You hadn't seen opportunities for big leads. That pitch swung on as Bloom.
Well, and again, you got to keep in mind that's not the winning run. So get the outs, trade that for a couple outs here, and you're in good standing yet. So, the Yellowjackets are now just going to play for that out. And again, the way Bloom is dealing, you just believe he's going to come up with that fastball, and then probably some sort of cutter off the edge and get a strikeout here.
1-1 in there for a strike. As Bloom pumps a fastball there, and it's 1-2.
I wonder if the shadow's starting to play a little bit of an effect here with the catchers. Both catchers lately have been struggling to squeeze it a little bit, but it's not easy when the ball changes shade there.
Just misses outside. Rooney trying to frame that one and bring it back into the zone. It's now 2-2.
That was a great pitch in that situation there.
The 2-2 swung and waved at there on a big cut by Gentvig, and Bloom strikes out another Hawley Nugget. His third strikeout. And I'll bring up Eli Straswell, who is 1 for 3, singled in the fourth. Alex Bloom looking to get the same. The Yellowjackets hoping to pick up their fourth straight, and that one misses outside for a ball.
And again, with the camera angle, now you're getting a really good shot of what you just said, Jesse, with the shadows playing tricks. It's almost peeking out towards the pitcher's mound now.
That one's fouled back, get out of play.
Ooh, right in the dumpster. Perfect in the dumpster.
Well, good thing that's not worth 2 or we'd be tied up here.
It's going to be fun watching the kids how long it takes them to try to find that one. That one misses low for a ball. When we talk about the catcher trying to pick up, we also got to talk about the umpire with the shadows and trying to pick up this, as now the shadow's definitely in play. That one's fouled off to the right side and out of play. Evens the count at 2 apiece with 2 away. Yellowjackets over to pick up win number 4 on the young season and improved to 2-0 in the Heart of the Lakes Conference. Bloom takes a look and delivers. That pitch is low and outside, and it's now a full count. Straswell, the range paint Highness is on deck. The 3-2 offering on its way. Straight down Broadway, strike 3 called, and the Yellowjackets pick up a 4-2 victory. Alex Bloom the save as he strikes out the side in the 7th.
Yeah, and a nice job by Bloom coming in, just kind of calming the waters and really doing a nice job for the Yellow Jackets, throwing strikes. And again, a good day for the Yellow Jackets. I think ultimately you want to be tested in early games, and they got that today. Sleddy pitched a whale of a game going the whole way this early in the year, and if he continues to do that and they start putting some of these younger pieces together, Hawley's going to be okay, and they're going to give a lot of teams trouble here as we go forward into this year.
Yeah, they were a team last year who made a deeper run in the consolation, just winning a few games that they probably weren't favored to win, but just gritty today. That's kind of what I would describe Sleddy as out on the mound. Just a gritty game, 4-2. You know, you had your opportunities, but you can't ask for much more out of your starting pitcher there, and good job by the Yellow Jackets winning a close one.
We'll take a break, come back. We'll have our player of the game and more in our postgame show here on 549 Media.
Hi, my name's Wally Anderson. I've been at Tuffy's for 3 years at the warehouse. I just recently bought a Panoptics. It's like an underwater camera. Saved my profit sharing checks for it, and I purchased it, and I can't really wait to use it this winter go ice fishing. KLM's got better health insurance. Their profit sharing checks, it's a huge difference. It's bar none by far the best company to come work for.
I'm Jen Hendrickson with United Community Bank.
Jacket Pride isn't something we take lightly. We support the teachers and support staff that help teach our children every day. We support local Perm athletes with our Battle of the Bees sponsorship nights. And every year we award 4 scholarships to Perm seniors. Yellow Jackets are my team, and United Community Bank is my bank.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
Welcome back. 549 Media Productions. We thank you for tuning in tonight. The Yellow Jackets get the doubleheader sweep over the Hawley Nuggets by a score of 4-2 in game number 2 after picking up a 13-0 win in game number 1. And for the Yellow Jackets, game number 2 was a different way. You saw 3 different pitchers come in and a nice game plan as the Yellow Jackets were able to stretch out their pitching a little bit. Liam Schumacher got the start. He went 2 innings, gave up 2 runs, allowed 2 hits, and it was Joey Ecker in relief. Going to 3 1/3, 2 hits, does not give up a run, walked 3, struck out 3. And he's going to be named our Chief Sanitation Player of the game. I thought he did a lot of nice things on the mound, especially the lefty giving Hawley a different look.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he came out of the pen. It's not always easy, especially earlier in the game, to come out and be ready to go and extend the game out. And he just came and kept firing strikes. And even with all the base runners and all the funky situations, he just kept throwing strikes, and that keeps you in it, especially early in the year when everybody's not necessarily sure-handed with everything they're doing. But Joey did a good job just taking care of his part and continuing to throw strikes.
You did a nice job. Sorry, Lance.
No, I was just going to say the same thing, Jesse. And all of us lost a dear friend of ours not long, and a quote of his just kind of came to mind with Joey Eckert is Coach Sturdivant. We passed away here recently. He used to always tell the players, I don't care how rough the waters are, how rough the sea is.
Just bring the ship in.
Just bring the ship in, and that's I really felt that's what Joey Eckert did today. He it was kind of rough waters. Game was tied. The Yellow Jackets were kind of looking at each other like what was going in. He just came out and threw strikes, and he didn't let anything that was happening behind him bother him. If it was an error or whatever, he just got back on the mound and started pumping strikes in the strike zone. So again, a good call by you guys to honor him in that way, and a good start for the Yellow Jackets. And I think if you talk to Coach Mulkey, he's probably probably happy to get a game like this. You know, it's been a little bit easy to start the season so far, and sometimes when you get things going too easy, you become complacent. And a game like this just reminds you we got to play every game to the best of our ability.
Well, another thing about this game, too, it wasn't the heart of the lineup getting the job done. I mean, Ty Rooney and Gavin Griffin, they combined for just the one run, but it was the rest of the guys having to come through in clutch situations and key situations, and they were able to do that here today.
Absolutely, and it's something to build on here, and they've got a lot of games. You said it doesn't get any easier. They're going to face a DGF team that's pretty well. They've had success across the board in almost everything that they do, and then you get a Staples team new to the conference. They bring in a pitching staff that are arguably going to be like Sleddy, and they're gonna make you work to get these wins. So again, the Yellow Jackets are going to continue to improve, and I don't think Coach Malke would want it any other way. And
then one thing too, also we're going to touch on, Drew Ellingson on the mound. We knew that. It was what he did with the bat today. I think that is going to be a huge thing if that can continue forward for the Yellow Jackets. Hitting that 2-run shot in game number 1 and had another good at bat there, and then game 2 coming back with 2 hits and a run scored.
Well, definitely. I know Lance touched on it a lot about he generates a lot of power when he puts a barrel on the bat, puts the barrel of the bat on the ball, and we saw the ball travel today, and I know there was a little bit of wind, but when Drew can put the ball in play, good things happen, and they're going to need guys like him down the stretch to produce some runs for them.
Well, we thank you for tuning in today. The Yellow Jackets go 2-0. Drew Ellingson the win in game number 1. Joey Ecker the win in game 2. Alex Bloom the save in relief. We will have Yellow Jacket coverage again coming up next week. We'll be back here on the Yellow Jackets take on Staples Motley here on the 549 Media Network. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Again, I'd like to thank the work of Jesse Hine and Lance Rock. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Jason Groth. We hope you have a good rest of your evening. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's 549 Media production of Perham Yellowjacket activities. Tonight's broadcast was proudly brought to you by KLN Family Brands, Perham Health, and United Community Bank. Tonight's game was also brought to you by EOT Insurance, Hammers Construction, Horace Mann, Jack Chivers Realty, and Lakes Ace Hardware. Tonight's broadcast was also brought to you by these proud sponsors: New Horizons Realty, Nice Family Sales, Otter Tail Power Company, McCall Construction, and Hanson's Plumbing and Heating. Once again, thank you for tuning in to tonight's game on the 549 Media Network.